TikTok time to rock. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's watching from all over the world. Your friendly neighborhood philosopher here, D. Wood, with me now, as is sadly so frequently the case. We've got AP. How you doing, AP?
I'm not doing anything.
And we have our alter egos from across the pond, where everyone is way more polite. But we've got Speaker's Corner. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I got a sore throat, but other than that, I'm good.
And what are we calling you? Good David or Daoud?
We'll just go with
Good.
Dawood. So it sounds Roosevelt tongue easier.
Good, David. Good, David.
Yeah.
Also, it
it's
is
kind
nice
of
to just
funny.
a bad David.
Yeah. AP
It's kind of funny.
keeps
We have-
AP's going to want it because he's Turkish. He's going to want to just call you Black David. That's what he's going to want to do.
We can
This
go
is
with
kind of
black
funny,
haired
man.
David.
Look, this is kind of funny. We have these two milky white boys at the top, and then these two black guys at the bottom. See,
Persons of color.
You need a tan and you get a tan. This is you before. This is you afterwards. Habibi, come to Dubai.
Hey. So guys, you guys were wait. But before we get started, why don't you guys just tell us a little bit about yourselves for everyone who's new here? So Daoud, or as AP would say,
Howdy.
Black David. How? What do you
It's
guys
good,
got?
David.
I
over
am
there normally?
just-
Good, David. Okay. Sorry,
I'm a man who goes by many names. Today we shall go in with Dawood and see where that takes us. Well, ultimately, I'm just a guy who frequents the corner. I've been doing so for the last 3 years. And I like to get into debates with people, mostly those who are willing to engage with me in some way, as little as they may be these days. But I've been going to the corner since 2023, and I've had a chance to talk to some of the more interesting individuals at the corner. But actually, I have a hit list of people who I've never spoken to because they somehow got the word out after my first or second debate, just not to engage with me anymore. In fact, I was famously once told by Ali Dawar in somewhat private that he's been told not to talk to me. I asked by who, and he wouldn't tell me. So I'm the enemy of the cabal at the corner.
And so I'm guessing you've noticed what we've noticed as well. And actually, I don't have the clips, but you could see it clearly even last night. But it was different years ago. Like they used to love to like crowd around people and shout them down in debate years ago. Whereas over the past few years, they don't want to. The tactic has switched to only talk to people who don't know anything about Islam. If anyone is familiar with the Dawah script, stay away from them. Is that your experience?
Unfortunately, so. That's gone around the world and back so far. If someone knows Dawah script, don't engage, because they're more of a hindrance to your Dawah than a help.
Yeah, so if you're doing Dawah, you want to show that these completely made up things are very powerful, and it just doesn't work if someone can expose it. So you don't engage. But again, I don't have the clips, but anyone who wants to check out the live stream over on Orthodox Muslim, aka Orthodox Lips, aka Lesbiano, and so on, wants to check it out on his channel. You see it right there, right? Like he's sitting here talking to a woman with pink hair, and he's talking to this guy, and hey, do you believe in the Trinity? And the moment they say, oh, I believe in the Trinity, but I really have no idea what it's about and stuff. Then he's interested in talking to them. As soon as you guys show up, hey, I don't want to talk. We don't want to talk about this.
Yep. Pretty much that.
And
Summarized.
so, all right, Chris, why don't you? You've been here more frequently, but why don't you give everyone a little background on what you do out there?
Yeah.
And
So I'm
any
Chris
good
the
books
Speak-
that might be coming out?
That's a really good point. So I am Chris the Speaker's Corner. I've like David, I go to Speaker's Corner in London in Hyde Park. I give the dawah to all the Muslims that need it. Tell them about our Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm currently writing the Islamic Dilemma book. It is it is done. It's just about getting it out there. And it's going to be coming out in April. some point in April, and anyone who signed up to the mailing list will get an email. So, what on earth are you doing? What? What is
We've
that?
been joined by a
I'm
fifth member.
I'm saying someone copied someone else, and I'm trying to figure out who. Did you watch
Oh,
Black Panther and go, "Wow, that's
well,
cool hair," or did they see you walking down the street in
it's
London and they're like,
it,
"This would be
it's a
perfect for
long
Tomago"?
it's a long and interesting story, but effectively the pandemic had me grow out my hair because I was afraid to go to a barber. I didn't want to catch the plague, and it just so happened that my hair fell into one side when I put it in dreads, and voila, we happen to have the same look. But I think there's a problem where my hair goes to the opposite direction. I think, or I'm not entirely sure, but one of the two. But definitely that happened before because I believe that movie came out in 2018, and the pandemic was in 2020. Unless I'm getting the wires
All right,
crossed.
so you copied, but you're saying by accident, and you mentioned a barber. Speaking of barbers, do we know any?
Barbers, you say?
Do we know any good barbers in the UK for anyone? Any Muslims who might want to go to the barber? You guys familiar with such things?
I mean, maybe on a certain live stream, somebody would have given a shout out, surely, coming from a different country and then going to the most premier barber you can find anywhere in the UK.
Yeah, so guys, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, this was also in a Orthodox Lips video. So when this guy punched Chris in the face, he had pulled his hood up and put some sunglasses on, so no one could recognize him, despite the fact that he was standing with Orthodox Lips for a couple hours before that, and they're sitting there
As
talking
you can
about,
see, I'm not the same person anymore.
hey, where
Where
did
Dawood go?
where did good David go, and what did you do to him? What have you
Who's
done
this
with
guy,
him?
man?
Sorry.
Oh, there
sorry.
he is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See, it works all the time. If you just pull your hoodie over your face, no one can tell who you are anymore.
Yeah, so that's what's funny. So Orthodox Lips was live. Revelation 22 was live. Sam Dawa, I don't know who that is, but Sam Dawa was live. And then someone called Max Dawa. Everyone's got to have Dawa somewhere in their name. But they were all live. Sam Dawa deleted, or he made his private. Max Dawa made his private. Orthodox
Why would he
Lips.
do that?
Yeah, I know. Isn't
Why?
that weird? It's almost like they're trying to make it so that people don't have evidence and so on, and multiple camera angles. And of course, we had.
I heard they were attacked. Surely you want to just give out all the evidence you could if you were attacked. Surely.
And Orthodox Lips cut off the end of his video, thought he was being smart. Haha, I'll cut off the end of the video, and that way there won't be evidence of the attack. When, we've got the evidence of the attack from other people, and he didn't delete the rest of his live stream where he's literally standing with the dude a ton of the time and talking about where they met. They met in Morocco, and some other guy's like, "You're there for Nika?" And was apparently right. They're talking about where where this guy Uzair lives, what barber they go to and stuff when they're there. And anyway,
Wow.
plenty of info.
Hey, I sent you an email to your stupid email address, Evil David. Sent you an email with a link to the Google Drive where you can find one of those clips where he actually talks about where he lives and also the barber and all that. It would be nice to see the attacker whose face we have directly on camera, right next to Orthodox Lips Lesbiano, being very, very good friends and talking about it to the camera. That would be very, very nice to see, so that people can see what kind of animals these guys hang out with.
There's no way they were just standing right next to each other, exchanging personal and incriminating information. That wouldn't be smart. As we know, Douglas is a very smart guy, right?
You misunderstand me. I never said these guys are smart. So
I would have thought based on the YouTube shorts that he's extremely intelligent.
Yep, and not only are they intelligent, they're also what we would call tactical geniuses. Tactical geniuses. They're masterminds. Islam has an abundance of tactical masterminds running the dawah for them, and they just keep making awesome move after awesome move after awesome move. So, all right. So, we've got some clips we're going to go through. You guys want to give us now? Hey, one of the thing I couldn't tell what was going on from the actual clip, because again, they took down the other camera angles and so on, and so the only one that was kind of still up that I've seen, and I mean, there's like 30 or people standing around recording, so I'm guessing there's going to be more footage and so on, but I couldn't tell from the one I had available to me exactly what kicked it off, but I heard someone took a swing at you first, David. Is that correct? Because people are getting the idea of the way some of this stuff is editing. As Chris is there, he's running his mouth, and then dude swings at him, and then they're saying Chris deserved it, not realizing it was you. You were the one who was talking. Like Chris was talking a little earlier, and then it switched to you, and you were talking, and that's when things kind of kicked off.
Yeah, so Chris started it. Chris started the conversation with Liviano.
I did. I also wanted to point out. I don't remember if I had this clip ready, but the last guy he was talking to, you guys just stood there. Let him finish his entire time. Let him finish the conversation with this guy.
Super polite. See, like they keep they're trying to say that we were drunk because we were quite assertive.
All the evidence.
And they're basically saying, because I was assertive with how I talked to Orthodox, I must have been drunk.
And you sound weird because you're sick.
I know I sound weird. Yeah, because I'm ill. Literally, the last YouTube
post
I made is me saying I'm ill. But anyway, so
Chris, that was preemptive. You knew you were gonna get extremely inebriated. So 3 days earlier, you planned for this. Covering your bases.
So what people often don't see in the footage is we patiently wait there for at least 5 minutes, waiting for their conversation to end. We don't storm them. We don't get in their grill. We literally just stand and wait. But they ignore that because it doesn't suit their narrative. It's like, oh yeah, he's drunk, which is why he sits he just waits patiently. It's like
as drunk people do.
Yeah, they're well known for being very patient and respectful.
The whole drunk thing is a common tactic for. I hear it in the corner all the time. If it gets to a point in the debate where you no longer want to continue talking, then suddenly the person you were speaking to for the last 30 minutes is suddenly drunk. It happened while they were speaking to you. Maybe somehow you transfused alcohol into the system during the conversation. I don't know how you did it, but somehow you did it. My common response is to be, well, you're drunk on camel pee. for as we know with various hadiths, but ultimately how things happen. Chris first engaged with the dog clips on the Islamic dilemma, and somehow in person he was absolutely unwilling to actually form any kind of rebuttal for the dilemma. Normally he would jump into conscious edits and subconscious edits or nightmare edits, whatever normal common response he has. But for some reason, when Chris was there, suddenly he was unwilling to actually dive into any of his common responses. Chris tried for a while. He didn't answer. He refused to answer. So I tried. And then that's when the mosquito with the hidden face suddenly started hovering over the conversation in an attempt to just for some reason get in some cheap shots at me in particular. Now, we had an exchange beforehand. He was insulting me and saying various things about me. That's fine. I don't mind insults. So I gave him some back, and I think I hurt his feelings. So to get back, he would just circle the conversation and look for moments when I wasn't looking at him to try and hit me. So he hit me the first time in the face. Didn't really feel like much, but he tried it. And the best thing about it is you see from the videos that when he does it, all the people around him do nothing about it. And actually they smile concerning it. So that's technically a crime, but it's okay in their book. He tries it again later on, and I dodge it this time. But I think he accidentally ends up hitting several of his Mu'minun brothers when he tries to swing at me again. And that's what kicks off the entire thing. So I see several people push him away because I think he might have hit their arms or their shoulders while trying to strike me. And then Chris asked him, "What are you doing?" Sort of like circling around and trying to get in cheap shots. And if for some reason he feels incredibly emboldened to go towards Chris and then hit Chris in the face, because Chris asked him what he was doing while he was circling around the conversation, attempting to hit me because I insulted him when he insulted me. And that's what Chris did wrong.
Well, to be fair, Chris sounded very, very violent and dangerous when he said, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?"
Yeah.
That may have hurt their feelings a bunch.
Yeah, I made the mistake of thinking that he wouldn't have the balls to do anything. But no, apparently I was wrong. He would actually whack me. So it is what it is.
Not in the zoot sense.
No, there's sense.
Definitely not.
It almost got there, but luckily.
What? How?
If I hadn't been there, who knows what? You never know what's in their mind.
All right, so Life from Life Rants put together. He apparently talked to you guys right after it happened, and then he got some video clips together. And so I was thinking, okay, I don't need to get all the video clips together because he put them together. So let's let people get a little overview of this from Life Rants here, and then we'll check out some more clips and also reactions today. And Chris, seems like Orthodox, after saying repeatedly that he would be going to Speaker's Corner, did not, in fact, show up to Speaker's Corner.
I'm very shocked, man. Can you explain that, Chris? What's up?
Yeah, because it's really weird because we said repeatedly last night that there was no way he was going to show up, and then apparently he heard us and then did what we said. That's weird.
Yeah, he needed a way out of that. I got him on camera to say to me he was going to see me at Speaker's Corner tomorrow. Multiple times, and funny enough, he just didn't keep to his word. I went there. I went to Speaker's Corner. I kept my eyes out for him. I was really excited to have a nice, calm chat with him, but no, it just didn't happen. What a shame.
Huh.
In fact, one Ali Dawata actually said that if we were men, we would appear at the corner tomorrow. We appeared at the corner, but Idawa was not there. Therefore,
wait, Ali Dawa wasn't there either?
He wasn't there.
By the way, like
manliness challenge has been failed.
On what planet does Ali Dawa get to call anyone a coward? Like, does he? I mean, one, I've never seen him do an actual. We thought we were going to get an actual debate when he sat down with AP, and all he did was have Smiles to Jenna grape him in the mouth. Kept graping him in the mouth.
I sometimes forget that happened. It just feels so unreal.
Like a bad dream.
That was actually the first time. That was going to be the first time that he would have an actual debate, an actual, formal debate, let's say. And it didn't happen, of course. He backed out of it by making multiple excuses. Then he would set it up online, and then it just turned into this weird thing where his friend was graping him live.
Yeah, so then, what was it, last year when God Logic showed up, and then Ali Dawa was like, oh, I was going to have a good, and he just got annihilated, and his entire case was,
he hasn't been back since.
Yeah, hang on, I got it right here. His entire case was, yo, look, see, this be a square, yeah, and it don't be a square, it be a triangle, and these don't be the same thing, yeah. And look, it looked like a house, isn't it? Yeah, that's a house, right? And that was like his entire argument. And he's got enough. There's enough stupidity among his followers to think, "Whoa, what a great point! Christians are running from this powerful Dawa."
She humiliated him.
But everyone else was like, "Oh my goodness, what is this idiotic nonsense?" and so on. And other than that, I don't. Does he debate at all anymore? Like with anyone who's actually got any level of experience?
He's transitioned into being a full-time fundraiser.
Oh yeah, he's funding the Uyghur genocide. You guys know about that?
Among other things, not in that great detail, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No, so yeah, here's what's amazing, right? So Ali Dawa, and apparently he's been getting complaints that it's got the name of Allah on the prayer mat, and they're like, dude, these people don't know what this stuff says, and they're stepping on the name of Allah on your stupid prayer mat, right? So Muslims are flipping out that he's got people rubbing their dirty feet all over the name of Allah, but they actually let it out. Their production process, all these are all made in China. These are all made in China. These prayer mats are made in China because they're getting the best deal in China. Now, China heavily taxes these businesses. And so all these prayer mats, they're taking the donations. They're sending the I mean, they're pocketing a bunch of it, obviously. But for the production, they have a company in China making these prayer mats. A bunch of that money goes to the Chinese government, which is tossing Uyghur Muslims into concentration camps. And Ali Dawa's paying for it. And so are all his donors.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
So
insane.
I was told to avoid McDonald's and Dubso because it was genocidal, but actually, the prayer mats.
Isn't that
It was always the prayer
amazing?
mats.
Isn't that amazing? Don't go to McDonald's here. Don't go to McDonald's because there'll be a McDonald's in Israel, so you can't have that. Now let's send money to China.
Hopefully he fixes that. I remember last year I had a conversation with him around the finances of his operation, and I think at the time he was claiming that he got the mats from Turkey, but I guess he saw AP and just thought, no, I can't do that anymore.
We ain't gonna fund these Turks anymore. Look what they produce.
Yep.
First we had Hatun, and then we got AP.
Fair point.
Crazy stuff.
Then
crazy stuff.
he casted his mind back to when hijab took off his shirts and threw it at the Chinese embassy and thought, yes, that's what we'll do.
By the way, isn't that amazing? I mean, guys, if you ever, if anyone is watching, remember the clip where Muhammad Hijab exposes that he's a part-time stripper and he's taking it off and he's shaking it for the crowd. And all the Muslims, alhamdulillah, look at his muscles. That was outside the Chinese embassy and was them showing that they're strong and they're not going to put up with this. Meanwhile, his partner in slime is sending piles of money to China to fund all of this. You giant hypocrites.
Isn't it funny about Mohammed Hijab? He always thinks he's the main character. He always thinks he's the hero. Like, what? Isn't it so ridiculous, man? Thinking back about that, I mean, I wonder if he thinks about it sometimes and feels embarrassed about it, going in front of the embassy. And be
I
like,
hope so. I really hope so.
You have nothing to offer us. And then he threw a shirt there. But then they actually did have something to offer them in the form of mats. But he didn't see that far into the future.
That's what I mean about these guys being tactical geniuses, right? It's somehow that made sense in his head. I know what I will do. I will stand out here and strip in front of this place like those. You ever see those? What is it? What's the group? Femin or something like that? But they're women and they'll just go take their shirts off in front of places and look, I'm protesting something. Check out my boobs. But Hijab apparently was like, that works for them. How can I make this work for? How can I make this work for Dow? I know. I'll take my shirt off and flex my pecs. But so anyway, that makes sense in his head. This is a great move. And then who's his buddy? Ali Dawa. Hey, I was gonna be debating the Apostate Prophet. Yo, smiles to Jinnah. I got a good idea, yeah? How about, as I'm supposed to be debating, you's over here graping me in the mouth? Won't that blow everyone's mind and think that the dawah is very strong? Yeah, that's a great point, Ali Dawa. Let's do that. Like, what the heck? They're tactical morons, man.
And little did we know, the grapes were from China. That's where it all began.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So, all right, let's check out a little of Life Rants videos, guys. Jump in anytime you want, but he's going to show some video clips and such, and he talks to you guys a little bit. I don't know if we'll go through the whole thing. It's like 15 minutes, but we'll check out some of it here, get a good idea.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, guys, today I am minding my own business, and then I get a text message from Word telling me, yo, Libiano is in London and a fight just broke out. Now, I just broke down this whole video and I got a phone call from David and Chris to talk about the situation just for you guys. And one thing I want you guys to pay attention and notice, the gaslighting in the conversation. The projection is insane. Notice how Libiano is telling people to calm down, aka when I say people, Christians of course, to calm down, but it's a Muslim. His own Muslim brother, their own people, was the one who issued and initiated the physical attack first.
By the way, that is extremely annoying, isn't it? That, like, calm down, calm down, like that the entire time. It's like I don't know if he's deliberately being as annoying as anything, or if he's just that's how he is. It's like not planned or something like that. But that's like
No,
serious. That's
nobody
seriously
calms
annoying.
down. Nobody calms down when you keep doing that.
That's what I mean, and that's the one they all flipped out about. Like one guy was doing that. It was on God Logic's channel, but we're still in the mode of like we warned Muhammad Hijab that if he didn't apologize over something, that we are going to kind of normalize some stuff with the Quran. And this guy's going, calm down, calm down. It's so annoying when they're running their mouths, and anytime you respond, they go, calm down, calm down, calm down. So anyway, I started ripping up the Quran, and then they all cry about it for 3 years.
That is very true, but actually, calm down. That's one of my personal favorite tactics in debate. So I have an ability to stay calm. I developed it when working in like retail. You have to just stay calm when dealing with clients, right? So when you can maintain it and you actively try to stay calm, when you're telling the other person to calm down, it infuriates them. So Liviano tries that with Chris. Doesn't work. So then when I come into the discussion, I do that to him. And guess what? He gets infuriated. But I already knew that no matter what he said, I wouldn't get angry. But he isn't quite the same.
Yeah, Libiano looked like, I have to say, he looked like a massive dork here. But let's check out some more of this. Here we go into some clips here.
Into this. Turn on that notification bell. All right, so the first clip we're gonna deal with is David walking up to Libiano, and he's having some conversation with some random guy.
So we're gonna go over and talk to him. Yeah. And I'm gonna start to the cashier.
What's that? What'd you say?
You can skip ahead to when I actually get to Libiano. It's just an introduction where we were out in Leicester Square, or left just the square, as the Americans would say, and we knew he was there, so we went over to go and see him. And then you can see the part where we got there, and we were actually waiting patiently for him to finish this conversation.
All right, let's check this out.
I'll go myself. We have Rev. Camera over, please. Yeah. We have Rev. We have everyone here, basically, even the Iceman, Chris. So let's go holler at him and see what's going on. All right.
Now, hey, Chris, I always forget. I think I've asked you before, but as far as Iceman, that's because you're cold, or was it a Top Gun thing because Iceman had blonde hair?
No, it's because of my demeanor. I'm very relaxed and I don't tend to elevate, which is why this is interesting, because I do actually, I'm a lot more assertive than usual in this. But it's because of who I'm talking to.
Which clearly means you're drunk.
Oh, absolutely. It's not because I know this guy and I know what he's going to do. I know the kind of things he's going to say and his little tactics. So my strategy is just to cut him down every time. And because I don't like that, they need to try and say, oh, well, why is he doing this? Like, and the answer is, well, because I know your guy's a fool. So I'm just going to do that. And, you can't do anything about it. But, they're basically like, oh, you must be drunk.
Did you say you wanted to cut him down?
Yeah, metaphorically.
Oh. Not like karate. In a sense.
In a general sense.
In a general sense. General confirmation.
The Christians were there for violence. They admitted it.
Consciously. Or unconsciously, actually.
Let's go.
Look at that violent walk.
Mr. Hello.
Video game.
How you doing? Mini Zakir, how are
So
you?
fun.
That's Mini Zakir Naik. He's a great guy out of the corner.
Yeah?
He fashions himself like Zakir Naik, down to the fashion of the beard. Does he make his argument more powerful? Absolutely.
Does he talk like him? Yeah. He's like, chapter number 15,
absolutely.
verse number 33. This is the proof.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's Lesbiano over here.
Dude, why are you calling him Lesbiano, man?
Grooming some young man. Anyway, here we go.
All right, now here is where it starts to get tricky. Early on, there's already some aggression and tension built up by this the bald guy. I don't know who he is, but he's the bald guy for this video. The bald guy.
No, this guy was just like security or something, right?
He claimed to be, but not confirmed.
Okay. He did he's in I think it's in Revelations video, but that guy's like dead in the middle because he's filming like Orthoduclips talking to Chris, but the dude is right in the middle. So the dude is like center, and they're on the sides and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, this will make him. This whole thing's going to make him famous, whoever he is.
Literally pushes Chris. Watch this.
Yeah, like what the heck is that, man?
So, what Muslims are saying is that I am actually being really aggressive there.
Looked like you were just standing there talking to him.
That's what I thought.
It only appeared as much.
Allah
But in
made it
reality-
appear. Allah made it appear that Chris was only standing there, but he was actually beating up Orthodox.
So I've heard Muslims say, what I did really cleverly is at some point I had my hands in my pockets, and this was a ruse to make it look like I wasn't being aggressive.
It only appeared
Really?
so.
What?
But yeah.
Oh, wait! Someone
Really.
pointed that out. Was it Life? Does Life point that out? That you actually are standing? You actually walk up and your hands are in your pockets? That doesn't seem like someone who's trying to be intimidating. Because having your hands, guys, in case if anyone out there is not familiar with fighting and stuff, a guy with his hands in the pocket is basically the least threatening person on the planet.
Yes.
Let's see if he.
By this the bald guy. I don't know who he is, but he's the bald guy for this video. The bald guy
We'll call him Bald Bull for all of you who grew up on Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
literally pushes Chris. Watch this.
Oh, whoa, yo, Chris still has his hands in his pockets.
Oh my!
And
You know what?
Ali Dawa has his hands on the ducklips.
Look, he's holding him
Look
back.
like
Look,
a
Ali
lovely
Dawa.
couple.
Ali Dawa has to. He's either tenderly caressing him or he's holding him back from taking a swing. But look, guys,
See both ends.
Chris has his hands in his pockets when he's supposedly being aggressive and violent and confrontational.
Terrifying.
We're like a body language expert to just analyze that scene and tell us what they see there.
Yeah, and this guy come
I
up.
see violence, man. I see
Look at
violence.
this. Chris is clearly reaching into his pocket for one of the guns that no one has in the UK. I have to push him back.
Yeah, his gun won't work at that distance.
I like how he pulls off his hood right there, like, ha ha, I'm bald. Don't I look more intimidating now? Ha ha! You guys weren't expecting me to be bald. Now you're all scared. Cause look, ha ha! I'm Andrew Tate.
I look like Hitman.
Relax. We come in peace, man.
We come in peace.
Who said we come in peace? Was that Chris?
One of our guys.
One of our
No, that was
guys.
Fred.
Yeah.
You see,
Can
the
you hear it?
Christians
That was Fred.
The Christians
Yeah.
are lying. They say they come in peace when really they come with their pockets on their hands in their pockets, grabbing their guns.
To cut you into pieces. That's what they mean.
So what he doesn't know is, in my pockets I have a bottle of whiskey.
Empty bottle, apparently, Chris. Because these guys
Down the
say
entire
you're
thing.
wasted.
You can see it.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can actually see the bottle of whiskey.
You can see the alcohol lines just escaping through his eyes.
Just so everyone knows, Chris had his hands in his pockets because he has a bottle of whiskey in his pocket and he has an IV running out of the bottle directly into his bloodstream, which is why he sounded so drunk and sick.
If you squint hard enough, you can see it.
In fact, when he got hit, the IV popped out, and that's the real source of the blood, everyone.
Yeah. It was red wine.
We come in peace, man.
So, as you can see, this is the complete nothing burger. So they've caused this havoc, all of this conversation, all of this like random confusion, just because Chris wanted to talk about the dilemma. The bodyguard pushes him, then suddenly this guy pushes him, and then suddenly the idea is that Chris is being aggressive when all camera angles show that he just had his hands in his pockets. So by having your hands in your pockets and wanting to talk to dog clips, you're inherently being aggressive.
Makes sense.
Who knew?
And you can actually hear them. We're not gonna like go, but anyone who wants to like check out, you can check out you can
Check
hear
out
them.
live
Oh,
stream.
why are they so violent? It's like they want to just say it because
Yes.
some of their fans are the product of 40 generations of first cousin marriage and will just believe any idiotic thing they say and so on. So yeah, it's kind of pretty pathetic. It's just amazing. These are the guys. We're gonna take over the world. We're so strong. And anyone who knows anything about Islam shows up, they start going, oh no, they're getting violent. They're getting violent. See, this is why we can't engage with them. They're getting violent, and it's just them being total cowards. It's pathetic, guys. This is pathetic. Hey, I think that was the dude right in your face, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is the
was.
assailants.
The guy.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's see. Right there, that guy. That's the guy. That's the guy who. That's the guy who took a swing, guys. But he pulled his hood up and put sunglasses on, which made him a ninja. Turned him into a ninja.
I almost didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
Almost.
Bodie, don't be scared. Now, as you can see, tension instantly rose because of the bald guy, because of the Muslim. This was not because of the Christians, but the Muslims will tell you the Christians were aggressive. As you heard Libiano say himself.
Why did he become so violent?
Yeah. The same. Yeah. Oh, he played it. Why did he become so violent? Sitting there with his hands in his pocket, the bald guy shows up, pushes him back. Why did he become so violent?
Did he say why did it become so violent, or why did he come so violent?
I think he said, why did he come so violent? Let's see.
Yes, yeah. That's what I
Heard Libiano say himself.
Why did he become so violent?
Why did he come so violent? Yeah. Hands in his pockets. Waited patiently, stood there and waited patiently for Orthodox to finish his conversation that he was having. And then the bald guy comes, shoves him out of the way. And then, why did he come so violent? Talking about Chris, knowing that his followers are idiots. And you even see the followers, why did Chris come so aggressive? And Dawa, guys, this is Dawa. Most pathetic.
I like how...
what I'd like to know is how should he have come? In what posture? On a handstand?
How could I have made that any less threatening?
Hands behind his back? Handcuffed?
Yeah, I guess so.
Not around these guys.
Yeah. Oh.
Who knows what they're into?
Sure.
Why did he come so violent?
Why did he come so violent? Bro, what? He came with his hands in his pocket asking you, why are you running from a debate?
Declaration of war.
It was your own Muslim brother.
It is written in the
That's
Quran.
how World War II started.
Anyone who comes to you with his hands in his pocket is there to kill you.
That started this, which led to this.
I wish Christian Prince could do this sort of stuff. Which one?
Oh my days.
Are you gonna step up?
Oh my days. That man is scary. That man is very scary. I can't watch him.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize him.
As soon as I saw you, Chris, I was like, "Whoa, he's about to start chopping heads off, man."
That's not the Chris I know.
Look at the icy look in his eyes. This is why they call him the Iceman. They named him after a literal hitman.
Relax. We're coming in peace, man.
Can you hold your hand behind these guys? These guys skinny guys. Sir. These guys are scared of sir. No. Can you debate? Relax. Let me speak. You look like one. You look like one. Don't you train to relax. Don't you train to you have the right face. Calm down. Brother,
Calm down. Hey, why aren't you debating? Calm down. Why are you running? Why do you act like you're ready to debate and you don't debate? Calm down.
And he's waving his hand in front of me as well. I don't think I even noticed that at the moment, but yeah.
So
looks like
a person
he's being more
approaches you. A person approaches you in a calm manner. You and your friends push him around. Then you want him to be calm. Okay.
makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you could have been like, nope, sorry. Calm went out the window the moment Baldy here put his hands on me. But no. Chris prefers to talk about things
And
he's
then,
done.
see, assuming if Baldy was doing that for security purposes, why then does he basically put his hand down when Chris is at the exact same distance that he was in the very beginning? So was that being done for security or to ruffle his feathers?
That's too. It's probably like set up that way. Like, hey, there are certain people I want to talk to for the video, and that's anyone who has absolutely no clue about what I'm saying and therefore doesn't know that I'm lying constantly. If anyone else comes up, then yeah, you got to jump in and we'll turn it into a ruckus, and that way we won't have to actually engage them, and we'll say we're going to be at Speaker's Corner tomorrow and then won't show up. You know, it's interesting that it's like the same guys who are saying, oh, why did he come so violent? These are the same guys, the Dawa guys, who for years, the perfect preservation of the Quran right down to the letter. Oh, and the scientific miracles. Compulsive liars, and then shocker, they keep lying. Weird. Who'da thunk it?
And what you'll find is when I then started to talk to Libiano, suddenly Baldy wasn't there to put his hand on my chest anymore. I was at the exact same distance as Chris. I wonder what happened.
He was like, hey, is this Killmonger?
Exactly. And Killmonger wasn't playing any games.
Why you guys like 5 minutes?
Hey, it sounds like this guy might be racist.
You want to talk about it, David?
Huh?
I can certainly talk about that. These guys are some of. Let's just say we're going to judge racism by comments people make. I've never seen people who are quite as racist as these guys because, for example, the number of racial slurs that have been called when dealing with these guys is extremely interesting. Never in my life, anywhere outside of an Xbox lobby, have I ever received so much racial-based abuse in real life. So actually, immediately, Libiano starts to insult Chris for the color of his skin, which is very interesting. Because actually, you can find some hadiths where Chris's skin is actually exemplary in terms of what
guys,
you look for.
If you want to know what Muhammad looked like, just imagine Chris, but whiter.
Which is the first thing.
Huh?
Well, there was also
whiteness of his shins.
I don't know if
and the
you've seen
whiteness
those
of his
clips.
armpits.
I don't know if you've seen those clips, Evil David, but we were talking about this yesterday. But the attacker was there. He was getting really racist toward you, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah. The assailant was calling me all kinds of things. So I don't know if we'll get to it, but I got called a gorilla. I got called a monkey.
I heard circus
X.
monkey. I heard circus monkey.
Yeah,
Matter of
yes.
fact, I think I heard Lesbiano say circus monkey, but I wasn't paying attention to who he was talking to.
He might have. So he said all those things, and in response, I told him that likely his parents were siblings, and I could see indications of inbreeding in the fact that his eyes were too close together.
First cousins.
And the tip of his nose.
First cousins. We don't want to insult. First cousins.
Consanguinity can be anything, right?
Yeah.
Any close family unions.
Let him talk. Yeah, let him talk.
You're gonna touch me. Are you gonna touch me? Can you calm down? Are you gonna caress me? Can you speak civilly? Are you gonna do what you do to those girls in the train? Be civil. When you have sex with
Did you hear it when you said when you hear sex with the when you have sex with the trannies and Ali Dama starts going Epstein. What the heck does Epstein get? Like we're gonna go. Oh no, he brought up Epstein. Oh, our hero Epstein.
The epitome of Christianity, Epstein.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what Chris was talking about there, here we have Malik, and apparently Malik is live right now, just playing this awesome live stream. So don't worry, wait your turn, Malik. We're definitely getting back to you. You make things more fun. Let's just say you make 2026 more fun for everyone, Malik. But anyway,
Bars.
yeah. So when Malik when Malik did his initial exposing of the Warner, he was talking about the Warner and all the stuff the Warner was into, and these guys, and among other things, running trains and having three-ways and doing all this stuff on Dawa trips and spending the Dawa donations on drugs and stuff like this. All this stuff that he was pointing out. Among other things, he was pointing out that these guys would go up in the club, They go up in the club with like trannies and stuff like that, in the club, rub-a-dubbing in the club with trans women. And so he's talking about the Warner there and the people the Watcher, whoever is rolling with, and then kind of later he starts talking about Libiano and how they initiated Libiano into the Dawa lifestyle and pretty rough stuff. But apparently that's what you do. You're like, hey, I want to be the next big Dawa guy, and they're like, well, we got an initiation process, buddy.
On the one hand, you have Epstein's Island. On the other hand, you have Dawa Island.
Yep.
What's the difference?
They're the same thing.
Yep.
Well, one's more low budget, I guess.
Yep. All right.
So, just to point out, in the beginning of that, I'm saying that these guys keep touching me.
They love that.
Yeah, all the security guards, Baldy over there, they all love randomly grabbing me and like pushing me back for no apparent reason.
Copping a feel. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're like,
ooh, this guy, visions all over again.
Look at this guy. He's almost as white as Muhammad. Let me feel what this guy's like. To be clear, everyone, we don't know exactly what Orthodox Lips has done and not done. It's along the same lines. He was initiated into the same lifestyle with the Warner, and he said a bunch of the really messed up stuff that the Warner was into. So you kind of put it together and doing some really, really creepy stuff, and that's just a standard part of Dawa. And he's even pointed out, they go on these Dawa trips, and they get donations to go on the Dawa trips, and what do? They go to these popular spots to get video clips. That's what they're there for, because that's what gets them the donations. After they do that stuff, they're taking girls home or something else from the club and doing three-ways, running trains, and that's just the Dawa lifestyle, apparently. We can thank Malik for exposing all of that. Thank you, Malik.
It is called Dawa sex tourism. Dawa sex tourism. That's what it's called.
Yep, Dawa sex tourism, guys. Dawa sex tourism. It's really, really sick and messed up. But that's.
I mean, Malik, if you're watching this, I'm just curious. What did you then do to fix this? Did you like tell them to repent? Did you report them to an imam, or you just kept it quiet until they irritated you?
That's it. He doesn't care unless you irritate him, and so we definitely don't want to irritate that guy. He doesn't take it very well. Well, he might, but in a different sense. Anyway.
Now
I want y'all to pay attention to this next clip. Everybody knows that it's hard to calm a group of people down when a match is lit, okay? So apparently this debate between Chris and Libiano did not ever happen. So now David comes in, he tries to have the conversation, and listen to what Libiano tells David.
You found it? They're on the floor.
Notice no one's touching it. No.
What's that?
The bodyguard vanished somehow. The bodyguard vanished, and he's no longer putting his hand on my chest. I wonder why.
Pretty racist.
Yes, you heard that correct. You gotta pay to talk to me.
He's like, I will not be in the same video with a black man.
Wow.
He's like, you must take two of yourselves to talk to me. It will cost you two of yourselves if you want to speak to me. So get you and then somebody else.
If a black man wants to talk to me, it must bring two black men so they add up to one powerful Arab.
You bring life and God logic, and then I'll talk to you.
Then we will talk.
Mike.
Because you're teaching you out of
the audio was so messed up. But I was just basically saying, I repeated what Chris said. Let me bring up the Islamic dilemma, and let me have you debate on it. And then it was like, you need to pay to talk to me. Why? No one else paid to talk to you, so why should I? Unless you're Afraid.
What is it? What this little? I mean, what kind of little coward? So with me and AP, it's we're so disrespectful toward Islam, no debating us, and you, no, you have to pay, dude. You're just a freaking coward, man. You're a little pathetic coward.
Coward.
You want your Dawa clips. You want your Dawa clips, so you get the donations go in, so you and the Warner can continue all that stuff you're doing in the clubs and afterwards and so on. And actually having a debate on the Islamic dilemma with someone would ruin the gravy train. You know what I mean? So
exactly. I'll just say this now. But ultimately, he wants to have the same kind of fame as God Logic. Ultimately, that's all he really wants. He wants to surpass God Logic in fame and in knowledge and in popularity. It's not going to happen because fundamentally, Libiano has like some extreme character flaws. He's cowardly. He frightens very easy. He's fundamentally scared.
He does duck lips whenever someone takes a picture of him. He goes into duck lips mode. He goes like this.
At one point, he told me that he was mugging me, and then I told okay, I'll get to that later. But fundamentally, the reason why he'll never be larger than God Logic is because God Logic not only is popular, but he's also exceptionally humble and exceptionally brave. He's willing to go to the corner and put himself into the fire and debate whoever wants to come to him. But Libiano can't do that because he's cowardly at the core.
Yep, absolutely. And and we see that, and it's look who is God Logic not willing to face? He's willing to face face the best and the brightest there are, and you're not dealing with the top brass in Islam, but he's willing to debate the best they've got. The Dawa guys we're not willing to engage anyone who knows anything about Islam. Bunch of cowards.
Now you believe that ultimately Christianity I want to see you in Trump tomorrow. No, let's talk now. Let's talk now. Okay, perfect.
What happened to being calm? See, what happened to being calm and collected? I heard him say it. I'm very good at doing this, and I know how to overwhelm somebody. So just because I keep talking over him, as you can see, suddenly he's starting to get frightened. Stop talking. Let me speak. Are you going to let me chime into the conversation? Without a mute button. So suddenly he's not as brave anymore.
Hold on. You said, I'm going to talk now. Hold on. I'm going to talk now. No, you're not.
It's my turn.
I'm talking now. I'm talking. You're beneath me.
I've got the bottle in my hand. It's my turn to talk.
I've got the conch.
Great reference. Great reference.
Only people only readers will. What?
Is he piggy?
That's funny.
Those who know will know. Those who know will know.
I wonder how many people are well read enough to get the reference.
Those who know will know.
Are you not gonna...
If you know, you know, guys. If you don't, you're just out in the dark right now.
Conversation. These guys are not...
AP, I'll tell you later.
They're not here to have a conversation. Do you want to have a conversation or no? Do you want to have a conversation?
We're doing it their style.
You lost it.
This is their style.
Thank you, bro.
Ugly.
Thank you.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Bye-bye.
That is
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you begging to be my girlfriend? You want to be my... Are you...
Oh, he was saying you want to be my B?
Seems like drug behavior to me.
He bleeped it out. I mean, he life quieted it out.
I forgot what he said. He said something insulting.
I think I saw the other clip, and he was saying you want to be my B or something.
I don't want to write you. Sorry. So please go ahead. Can you let the people decide about the Can you let the people know what you said about the prophet? Can you let them know? Can you just repeat what you said?
Hold on a second.
Did you say Paul got by the same?
So now that we got a little bit of backstory, as you can see,
just to confirm, I know it was getting bleeped out quite a bit there. But I think yes, he just said something on the lines of you want to be my B or whatever, and then I told him I don't want to ride you like the gins at nighttime, and so he then took that as an insult, and then started insulting Paul and claiming that Paul was something by a demon, something else by a demon, and then I didn't react to it. So then he was like, wait a second, do you want to repeat what you said about the prophet to everyone in here? And I made an insinuation. That's all it was. I'm not going to fall for that trick.
Hey,
Wait, is this because he has that policy of not debating anyone who blasphemes against the prophet? So he's trying to like set it up.
Was he trying to make that
if-
as an excuse? Yeah. So
I
he's
think
like,
so.
hey, look at what he said. See, this is why. Hey, Orthodox lips. Your prophet was a child molesting, murdering rapist who got banged in his butt by 30 men of all zut all night long. What are you going to do
That's the
about
kind
it?
of language he was using for Paul, which is very interesting. 'Cause
Oh,
I
wow.
thought when you taught the Christians, you meant to taught them in the best of ways. So would insulting Paul in that manner be the best of ways? Interesting.
It just escalates bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger up until the point that I'm about to show you now. Libiano and David are going at it. Then he says, do you want to tell the people what you said about the prophet? Now, you know when you say that around a bunch of Muslims, what happens, man? It's, what you say about the prophet? Libiano knows exactly what he did when he mentioned that, because soon after that, it all went down.
I would like it.
Put your hand down. Put your hand down.
I would like it.
Context.
Yeah,
So
that
what happened there?
was the angle that was
Yes.
hard to see what happened from.
Yes. So context. The assailant was sort of navigating his way around the conversation, and he'd actually successfully hit me in the face actually once. So he just came in, did it, and ran away. So he just sort of came in, did it, ran all the way to the periphery of the entire line. It didn't hurt, so I just didn't bother even reacting to it. Unfortunately, that wasn't captured here. And then what he's done now is the second time he tried to come in again and hit me while I was talking with the duck lips. So in that time, I just dodged. I leaned back and dodged that particular hit. But I think he hit several people, which is why the commotion started instead of me. And then he again ran to the periphery. And so people pushed him, and then Chris asked him, "What are you doing?" Because he saw that was the second time that the guy tried this.
Yeah,
That's
guys.
how he got here.
So everyone is watching. All the Muslims who are going, Chris deserved it. Chris deserved. Chris was standing there, guys. Chris was standing there at this point, and David was having the discussion. Someone hit him. He didn't react. Then took another swing, hit other people. Chris just walks over to him, going, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And then the guy punches Chris in the face, and suddenly, this guy's the new hero of Dawah, and all the people, oh no, Islam's a religion of peace, actually show their true colors.
It's very easy to tell why Lesbiano cut all of this out, isn't it? If you
Yep.
look at the actual
Oh,
context,
yeah.
you see what's
The
happening.
camera must have been shaky. Well, that he only produces premium content. Maybe the camera was shaky or something.
Yeah,
The
Yeah, guys.
connection was bad. He's from
Yeah,
Canada.
guys, I already mentioned this, but Orthodox Lips, before the video was available for download, chopped off the whole he stopped it. He stopped it like once he was like talking to you, I think, but before everything broke out. So he stopped it there, and then the other channels that were live streaming, Sam Dawah, Max Dawah, all those, they all made their live streams private so that people can't use it. Now think, why would they be trying to, if they weren't wrong, why are they trying to cover it all up?
So strange. I wonder why.
Weird. Are we trying to cover this stuff up? We're sitting down going through the video. Look at this tactical genius. Oh, no one can see me because now I have a hood on. Even though I've been in like 2 hours worth of video up to this point. Oh. Even though I
So-
gave them my city and the barber shop I go to and where I met Libiano. Oh, I'm a tactical genius. No one will ever catch me. I'm a ninja.
So, were you saying something, Chris?
No, I was going to say, for some reason, I decided to say, "What are you doing?" in a really weird voice at this point. And I don't know why I say it like that, but if you play it back, it just sounds so odd to me that I would say it like that. But if you just play it,
Well, to be fair, your video, I mean, your voice does not sound normal at all for the past couple of days.
yeah, that's why I think.
Okay.
I think that the drip kicks into high gear when that happens. So as you can,
Oh, you're yelling. What are you doing? Is that you? What are you doing?
He did it. Yeah, exactly. He did it and just ran all the way to the back. And as you can see, a bunch of people are facing him because those are the people who actually pushed him all the way away because he hit them when trying to hit me. So it's kind of like a mosquito. It just kind of like flies around and then perches, and then you smack him and he runs away. He flies around again and perches. So it's incredible.
What are you doing?
I have to say, he was a little quick here because it's actually a two-piece.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
it's the first one that connected. Was it the first one? Hang on. I don't know if I can go slow enough, but it's actually.
What are you doing?
See, that's a jab there. That connects, and then I think, does he miss with the second one?
So
I
hold
think he
on.
misses.
Yeah, I think he
With
misses
all
with
of
the second one.
You can see right here with all of this, with what is happening here. So the Muslims are going around since yesterday, since this happened, and are actually spreading this whole narrative in the comments and everywhere that that it was Chris who was provoking and who was aggressive and all that, and therefore got beat in the end. That's exactly what they're saying. Anybody who has a look at this here knows that that is complete nonsense. But as Muslims do, they like to lie. They like to misrepresent things all the time. They like to represent things in a completely different way, make up a fantasy world where they are always just, defending it. The other side, the Christians, are the guilty ones who are provoking and all that. It's very clear that this guy is a scumbag who is just waiting to fight, to hit somebody. So he takes the opportunity and does it here. And I want to point out, I posted his face on my community tab. If you go on the channel, you can see his face right there. I think others should post his face too. It's not doxing when they themselves say it. I know they say it on the video that this guy is.
Well, also it's a crime. That's different. If someone breaks into my house, and I got video footage and I say, "Here's the dude," it's not doxing.
No, it's further even. So they point out in the video that his name is Uzair. That's the assailant, the guy who attacked Chris, who punched Chris, and who first attacked David here. His name is Uzair. He lives in Slough, right, which is, I guess, out of London. He goes to some barber there, and he is also the guy that Arthur Duck Lips stayed with when he came to visit England. So these are the things that we know about him. We have his face, we know where he lives, and anybody can find him. I think it would be it would be good for everyone to save the guy's face and his name and where he lives, which you can all find on his video,
and to make simply, wanted posters.
Spread that here and there. Spread that among everybody. Spread it among all the people you know. Maybe put it out there and point out that this is a dangerous guy. But primarily also give it to everyone, everyone.
You must have done some top tier doxing AP to find out his name and the affliction he lives in his barber. I mean, that's insane. What like formats or software did you use for that?
It's a secret, man. It's a secret.
Okay, all right. I don't want to get on your wrong side.
It was Arthur Duck Lips going, "Hey, Uzair." So he says earlier he's calling out Uzair, and they're talking about the barber shop that they like, and talking about where they met in Morocco and all this stuff, I was about to say, what's your social security number? I don't know what you guys have in the UK though, so I don't know if it would make any sense.
I sent you
close enough.
I sent you the video. You can play it if you want to, where we can see that these guys are good friends. No,
I have that. We're gonna watch a little more of this, and then So it looks like that's why Chris's head snaps back from the jab, and I'd have to watch it in really slow, but I think I watched it super slow earlier, and it looks like he kind of misses because your head is moving. Yeah, and there he is.
Yeah.
Too bad that's our
pretty
only
sure that's
identifying info on the guy right there. I don't know if we'll be able to spot him.
Could be anybody. Kind of looks like AP from this angle, actually.
That could be AP right there, man. All right. I turned off the audio there. All right. And David, you were quick, man, because
So,
the punch, and then
I
it was like 3 seconds later, this dude's over on the ground, and hey, we did, and people were pointing out, accusing you of being violent because it's kind of hard to see, but they all made their videos private, but Orthodox is still using the clips, so he's got access to all the clips. Which is good to know for any police who want to actually investigate. We know who's got all the clips available. But you do when you go running him and like do like a flying knee or kick or something.
Yeah, so I understand that's the prevailing theory, that I rushed at him, and there's this like the Bruce Lee flying kick. Apparently, I ran at him and did the Bruce Lee flying kick.
If I recall, you did the Street Fighter Chun-Li thing where you went upside down and were like spinning like a whirlwind with your feet going around like that.
That's exactly what I did. So in all seriousness, I'm a relatively heavy guy. I'm like 257 like pounds in the US. I don't have the energy to do a flying kick to a person. So also I had a bag and a heavy coat on me that was just some of my movement, but that doesn't matter. I'm Superman, which I appreciate.
Hey, little side note, but before I forget, that's the other extremely non-intimidating thing about Chris. Not only he has hands in his pocket, he also has a giant backpack on. And I was just thinking, like, okay, hands in your pocket, being weighed down by a huge backpack. Not exactly geared up for a fight here.
Yeah. Exactly. So I saw what happened, and I was going to ignore the guy again because he didn't hit me. I was going to carry on debating Libiano, and then suddenly I see a commotion. I look off to the side and I see Chris get hit, and I'm not going to allow the guy to just run away again after hitting Chris. So I simply just went, grabbed him, and I guess because he saw me coming, he tripped on himself, went to the floor, and I just grabbed him and went to the floor with him, and then that was all. If I had run at him and given him a flying kick or a knee, he wouldn't be able to get up. It hurt quite a bit.
No, he would have landed in Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. And also the way that he lands isn't consistent with a lot of force coming from one angle and hitting him. He just falls down straight away because he tripped. I grabbed him and then held him on the floor, and that was all. But if people want to make you Superman or martial arts expert, please go ahead. That's fine. Increase my infamy. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I recall it was the famous Karate Kid kick, the swan kick, where you raise your hands up in the air and then he kicks Johnny, and Kreese yells, "Finish him!" What's that?
Finish him. So Chris told me just now, finish him.
No, that would have been funny if David runs over there and Chris yells, "Finish him!"
Finish him.
That would have been classic. And who's this guy? Because that guy just went up and like, did he take a swing at him or slap him or grab him? It's the bald dude. He puts hands on him right here. Watch this. Watch this guy, the purple bald guy.
Yes. So
I can't tell. Was he grabbing him or did he slap him or something? Let's see here.
Yeah. Suddenly it became a whole free-for-all. That's one of our guys. That's one of our guys. He didn't do anything, and then suddenly the bald guy just randomly attacks him for some random reason.
Bald bull.
And so at this time, all I'm trying to do is hold down the assailants until the police come.
Yeah,
but
good luck with that
the
one.
crowd is determined to make sure that he escapes, which is aiding and abetting a criminal, which is very interesting.
And yeah, I don't know exactly how the law works over there, but if all these guys have incriminating evidence and then they cover it up and delete it, that would.
Bro, just calm down. 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 Calm down.
They're literally trying to hold the dude down, and everyone's calm down, calm down.
Just calm down.
Yeah. And then this is where it just gets. This is where it gets increasingly funnier. So the guy in the sort of reflective bomber jacket has a camera in my face, and it's just saying, "You're killing him! You're killing him!
You're killing him softly."
I'm just wondering, yeah, pretty much. So I'm holding him down, and then I'm apparently killing him, which is interesting. So I would like to know how he knew that was happening. But then what comes next?
He's
actually,
literally
something that
dead.
I found. Basically, but he rises. It's a miracle. But what comes next is actually quite funny.
Allah raised
the
him
proof.
up.
Just calm it down. Calm it down.
You're killing him!
You can hear it, guys. You're killing him!
Just calm down.
Wait.
Just keep repeating it. Just keep repeating it.
David, do you want to tell him about Fred? About
I will in a second. There's a part coming that I found relatively humorous.
yes.
Just calm down. Just calm down. Just calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. I said calm down. Calm down, everyone. Just calm down. Just calm it down. Calm it down.
You're killing him! He can't breathe!
Just calm it down. David, leave it. Leave it.
Okay.
David,
So
leave it.
that yelling that you're hearing, the sort of David, leave him. So it turns out that for whatever reason, even the guy who was with us recording thought that I was choking the guy out. Are there any marks on his neck for me choking him out? No, there are not. I had no interest in choking him out, just holding him down. For some reason, everyone was under the impression that I was trying to somehow assassinate the guy for some odd reason. I don't know why it looked that way. From my position, that's what initiated it. From my position, the guy was just lying on the floor. So imagine this is his head, and then this is his backside. He was lying on the floor like this.
Careful,
and I was
careful,
simply
there are
just
Muslims
holding
watching.
him.
They might get turned on with this.
Okay. I was simply holding him down.
Backside. Yeah.
Okay, the rear.
That's worse.
Okay. All right. Well, the back door. Is that better?
Let's just say, so that there's no problem, he was face down, butt up, zut position. Okay. All right. There we go.
Unfortunately. And I simply was just holding on to his waist, making sure that he wouldn't get up and run away. You can't quite suffocate somebody by hanging onto their waist. But what I did find very unique is
tell that to an
all the
anaconda.
times before this.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anacondas don't have waists, but okay. But what I found most intriguing was the entire time he was insulting me using racial slurs, and then it was so brazen to punch Chris in the face. The second I was holding him down on the floor, he became very compliant. He wasn't struggling to move, struggling to get away.
Hey, it's like that.
He just realized that he was trapped.
Hey, it's like that hadith. It's like that hadith where the dude pokes Muhammad, and Muhammad pokes the dude with a stick, and he's like, "I want retaliation." Muhammad's like, "Oh yeah, you take that retaliation," and he like pulls up his shirt, and then the dude starts smooching him all over his milky white flesh, and then he starts going, "This is what I wanted." You got the guy on the ground, face down, butt up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is what I wanted." I'll become really calm right now.
Man. This is all he wanted.
This is all I really wanted. I like going up and taking a swing at Christians so they wrestle me to the ground, show me what real men are.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Please,
maybe that's what happened. I played right into his games.
Where's the blood from? Wait, how dare you?
This is what happened for the remainder of the time. Suddenly, I had about 3 to 2 guys just pulling me off of him so that he could run away. They had no interest in stopping him till the police get there. They just wanted him to get away.
A couple comments we got. So Uzair did submit to you, David. Yes, that's true. Mating season for
Submit to the Lord Jesus Christ. Oh boy. I hate to be involved.
Let's see. Here we go.
I will not be accepting any invitations to the Dawah Island.
England here, David. You did us proud. Peace.
Wait, Jesus.
It's not not you, David. The other David.
No.
Oh, they said I did everyone proud.
Yes.
Hey, look at Bald Bull here.
Is it like you're live?
Yeah. Someone call the police, man. Someone call the police.
Call the police, man.
Yeah, someone call the police, man. Oh!
As you can see, they're pulling for me. As you can see,
Yeah, they're pulling.
they're
you
really
up.
trying to get me off.
They're holding you off.
Yep.
You see,
They're
this
really
guy's-
trying.
And at this point, I think Chris is holding him, and they're holding you
Yep.
back to keep you from assisting.
Someone call the...
So all they want is for him to leave.
There are
as you can see.
a lot of cameras around, man. A lot of cameras. A lot of cameras.
Yeah. Great angles.
Call the police on this. Someone call the police on this guy. This guy.
As you can see, they're saying let him go. As in, let the guy go.
Weird how all these Muslims with all these cameras aren't showing us all these camera angles.
What is protecting this guy? Take your jacket. Look what he done this.
Call police.
Hey guys, fucking stop.
Oh, why are you
As you
protecting
can
this
see, they're
guy?
still holding me. As you can see,
Someone call the police.
they're still holding me.
Come to business. That side. Come to business. That side.
They're still holding me.
Yeah, you're about my size, David. So I imagine you'd be pretty hard to hold on to.
I was getting tired. It's been about like 3 minutes now. I was getting tired. I'll be honest. It's kind of depressing having like two guys holding on to you.
Yeah, and that's like bodyguards and stuff like that who are trying to. There he goes. Yeah, run, coward.
Just walked away.
Oh, is this where he goes back and shakes Lesbiano's hands?
Yep.
He's like, yeah,
Yep.
I'll see you later.
I gotta say, he looks pretty good for a guy that got fly kicked and then potentially choked. It looks just really good.
Oh, yeah.
Unscathed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing. I don't know how he's conscious. That's him.
Look at
That's him over there with Libiano.
Libiano aiding his boy. Can't act like you ain't with him. You aiding him. He comes straight to you after he get up off the ground.
Get up.
This is the last major part for me.
see what I did for you? Can I be called Dawa guy like you?
Liviano just allowed him the entire time to keep on doing what he was doing, didn't check him, even though they know each other quite well, and just pretended the entire time like he didn't know who he was, and simply just dismissed him at the end. Good job, kid. And then the guy runs away. Meanwhile, they're still holding me back there.
Wait a minute. Look at this sign. You guys watch stuff about Mary Todd Lincoln in the UK?
No, no, we don't.
Apparently,
No idea what that is.
Someone does. That's Abraham Lincoln's wife.
Oh!
Like, why would anyone be? Why would anyone be watching a play about Abraham Lincoln's wife?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Someone call the police.
The guy who was holding me back, allowing him to escape, denies knowing the guy. So why were you holding me back from holding him down so the police come?
Yeah, weird, wild stuff. There's about 5 minutes left. I know he talks to you guys in here, but we actually have you with us live, so I don't know if I guess he just chases him for a little while.
Yep, and then he just ultimately walks away. So that's the person that I apparently fly picked. He looks really good. So maybe I'm just not as big as I thought I was.
Let's check out some comments real quick. I don't mean from here in the chat. I mean from Muslims on X.
Arbiters of truth.
So here we have the Orthodox Muslim. So inspiring. He's responding to Inspiring Philosophy, who says, "You're a pathological liar. We all saw the footage. Even when the footage is available for all to see, you pretend to be the victims." Right? They are. Oh, we had to stop Chris. He was gonna kill us all if we didn't stop him. Your religion turns you into such evil thugs. An Orthodox Muslim replies, "You are a dishonest dork. Your piglet friend came drunk in a very aggressive way. with a big backpack
So
on
aggressive.
and hands in his pockets. And when I told him I don't want to engage, to de-escalate, you don't want to engage. You're out. You're
Yeah, but
out there.
that was
you're
way
you're
later.
Out there. Yeah, but he's out there on a public street. No, you know the Dawa script. I don't want to engage. To de-escalate, but he kept antagonizing. And what do you mean? Chris had stopped by the time
Yeah.
dude took
Exactly.
a swing. Chris had stopped. He was standing there. Oh, he kept antagonizing. No, he was standing there, and David was talking. Your crowd of thugs. Your crowd. He called you. He called the Christians a crowd of thugs.
I wonder why he used the word thugs. I wonder why. So just note, later on he talks about racist remarks. Well, so far he's used the word piglets and thug. Okay.
Yes, you piglet, and then your thug life guy that you had with you. Your crowd of thugs was throwing racist remarks at its. Your crowd of thugs was throwing racist remarks and insulting everyone. I do not condone violence, but what happened to your Humpty Dumpty shaped buddy is definitely Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Isn't Lesbiano like just a little chubby dude?
Yep.
What the heck
He
is
is,
he
yeah.
talking about calling someone else
There's
Humpty
a-
Dumpty? I actually
there's a
saw the
few things
pictures
there.
with people are posting the picture of Chris walking up to him. It's like, wait, Libiano is fat and Chris isn't. And he's calling someone Humpty Dumpty. This is weird stuff, man. It's like massive projection stuff.
There's a few things there. First of all, he uses was incorrectly. It should be were, no, not was. So that's grammatically incorrect, but whatever. Hopefully he went to school at some point. But English is a second language, so we can't blame him. But fundamentally, the biggest thing here is we were throwing racist remarks. Can I see a recording of what racist remarks that we threw, please? And one thing
he's
I
got
found about
he's
Luciano-
got the best he's got the best mic because
Exactly.
he was mic'd up, so he would be picking up everything you guys are saying.
Exactly. And the best part about Liviano is I found that he's very sensitive about his weight. So I picked up on that. And then I started to sort of poke at it a little bit when he would insult me for various things. I think the first thing he said to me was that my hair was dirty. And I was like, okay, how do you know that? And then he accused me of also being drunk. And this is where it got funny. Because he said he could smell alcohol on my breath. And I asked him, how do you know what alcohol smells like? Now, this is meant to be a very interesting question.
How are you an expert on all things alcohol?
Yeah. So
It's like
me personally,
it's like if I say, "Oh, that looks like exactly like crystal meth." It's like, how do you know what crystal meth looks
How do you
like,
know?
buddy?
Well, his answer was, "I live in the world," and I'm like,
Hey, here's him. Here's
Yeah,
him.
you do.
Hey, here's him. Here's him. Hey, I smell alcohol. Rum. That's Oh yes, that's Captain Morgan. No, that's the Captain Morgan 100 proof. I'd recognize that anywhere. Shame on you.
and my question still remains: how do you know that? He says, "I live in the world," and so in my personal experience, I had like my first drink of alcohol like much later than most people, and I actually don't like alcohol because it doesn't taste very nice to me. But I realized that my first time having it, I think I was 25. I had to have the thing right in front of my nose to smell what it actually like smelled like. You couldn't smell it from like a foot away. So I'm very curious, what environment was he in where he was either surrounded by alcohol to take in the aroma naturally without being close to it, or what environment was he in when he was about this far away
I'll tell you.
from alcohol?
I'll tell you. It's called the club. Up in the club. Up in the club. You know, those all those trans women, they're like, hey, I want you to bring me a drink. And he's like, I'll bring you anything you want.
Okay. All right. That's how we're so well acquainted. Okay, understood.
But guys, check out here, because they all do this. They clearly condone violence, right? Look what he says, his last line. They all do this. I do not condone violence. But what happened to your Humpty Dumpty shaped buddy is definitely expected. And then you check the comments out and everyone's, he got what he deserved. He got, so wait, I thought you guys don't condone violence, right? Let's check out some more. Look at this. Look at Dean. This is Buddy's D's. He posts a picture of Chris getting punched with a bunch of rings.
Sonic rings.
Huh?
I see.
Yeah. I think that's what that is. That's
What
really
is it?
weird. It's like
I mean-
Sonic rings, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's what it looks like. That's what a movie on a plane.
So we got the rings, and I don't condone violence. Yeah, you guys do. Sonic rings. Yeah, everyone says Sonic rings. Okay, so yeah, I don't condone
For someone
violence.
like Dean, I thought Dean was supposed to be friendly with Chris. This is interesting. Well, what? Oh, I know. Dean's upset that he was meant to release a book 10 years ago, and then Chris started about halfway through the
5
time when he
seconds
was
ago.
almost done with his book, and then finished his. Okay, fair enough.
Good point.
So he says,
Keep
I
going,
don't-
Dean.
Yeah, he says, I don't condone violence. He obviously does. And here's someone who definitely does. Central Dawa says, this little dork, regardless of if you were drunk or not, these guys are, it's weird because you always think like these guys are barely literate, but compared to their fake prophet, they're like Ernest Hemingway. Regardless of if you were drunk or not, you insulted our holy prophet. The lil bro gave you what you asked for. Shame on all the Muslims there who stood around watching this dude, your Muslim brother, get choked out and did nothing. 100 Muslims and no one helped him. Sad. What are you talking about? One, they were pulling David off him repeatedly. And two, he apparently thinks they should have gotten way more violent, way more quickly, and been just swinging at you.
And he says, the little bro gave you what you asked for. So what? So when Chris told him to not hit somebody during mid-debate, the response to that should be to get punched?
Yeah,
Interestingly.
but I mean, think about it. It's, hey, why are you running? Why are you running from me? Why won't you debate me? Why won't you debate the Islamic dilemma? Why don't you see? He's basically asking for violence against him. This is their mindset, right?
Intriguing.
Like all this, they gave you what you asked for and stuff like that. What are you guys saying? You're saying anyone who criticizes Muhammad deserves violence. That's what we always point out that you guys actually believe, and you deny it. And then you show, no, you 100% believe it.
And additionally, Chris was talking about the dilemma. Muhammad doesn't fit into the dilemma in a direct fashion. So actually, your accusation isn't even accurate.
If you bring up the
Yeah.
Islamic dilemma, you're basically asking to get punched in the face.
It's effectively what you're saying, which is interesting.
Let's check out, so here's Hamza's Den. That's the usual outcome for loudmouth, aggressive pitheads on a Saturday night. He's saying you obviously deserved what you got there. Then some random people. Chris, his nose died for our sins. If only they would listen when you asked for a fruitful discussion. It's weird. I hadn't seen this before, but this is all over the place. It's in the comments. It's in the comments all over Lesbiano's video and stuff like this. But they're all, Chris's face died for our sins. Chris is, no, we don't mock Muhammad. Don't mock Muhammad. He's got blood all over him. His nose died for our sins. They're the biggest mockers on the planet. They just suck at it because they're kind of low IQ, but they keep saying that. They keep saying this. Ha ha! His nose died for our sins. Another failed Crusader attack. Yeah.
Again, you need to showcase that, number one, we were the aggressors in that scenario, and number two, around Chris getting punched in the nose, why is that fair when all he's telling the guy to do is to stop attempting to hit me during a debate when I'm not even being aggressive towards him? Again, it's not condoning violence, yet being happy when Chris is hitting the nose is actually condoning violence, because you would prefer if Chris left the guy alone and didn't call him out for what he was doing and just had him randomly buzzing around the conversation looking for moments to hit me.
Here we have Chris got crucified for our sins. Right? Happens over and over again.
How does that make sense?
Yeah. Chris got
It's pretty lame.
crucified for our sins. Yeah. Guy took a swing at David, took another swing, hit some other people. Chris goes and says, what are you doing? Punches Chris in the face. Ha ha, Chris got crucified for our sins. Jabeaver said, Apologetics Roadshow. Should we continue to use lesbiano for Libby if we rip Qurans when they call AP apus? Is that not rules for me, but not for thee? Thoughts? Yeah, stop embarrassing yourself, man. This dude is a whiny little weasel accusing everyone else of being violent when his side got violent. We'll call him whatever we freaking want, and if he wants to do anything in response, he can do it. Chris got crucified for our sins. Then we have, look, he deserved this. 100. No, we don't condone violence. We don't condone violence. He deserved this. Deserved what? Hey, let's debate the Islamic dilemma. Why are you running on the Islamic dilemma? He deserved to get his face beaten. Chris Knows died for our sins. See, that once, that's the other thing. Once one person starts posting it, they all do it because they're not original thinkers at all. Lol got what he deserved. Another failed crusade. They all started talking about
three comments. It's just three comments. Crusade, no, and got what deserved. That's all they have. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, someone just needs to combine them and say, he tried a crusade, but like all other crusades, it failed, and then his nose got crucified for us. Yeah, I combined them.
He got what he deserves. Yeah.
Bunch of dorks,
okay.
Man. And here we have Malik's kind of got to wait his turn because we're focusing on other people. But yeah, Malik, definitely everything is more fun with Malik. But Malik responds to Chris here. He says, Chris, you see, when you mention my name, drunk Mr. Piglet, you end up with your face jacked up. Go wipe that blood off your face, you leaking blood. It's funny. His name is Malik, and he's the biggest source of leaks about the Dawa guys.
Is he Candyman? You say his name and suddenly you start leaking. Is that how it works?
I have to say,
wow.
Lots of fun stuff happened during Ramadan, but it wasn't as fun without Malik constantly like destroying the ummah. So good to have him back. And then he responded to Inspiring Philosophy and said, Inspiring Philosophy, when your boyfriend starts ripping up Qurans today, I'm back on you and your fruitcake partner in crime. Stop crying. I told you online you guys are tough. Man up, blood. Now, who do you think he's talking about here? When your boyfriend starts ripping up Qurans today, I'm back on you. Huh, that sounds like a threat. That sound like a threat?
Yep.
That sound like a threat? Guys, David...
It sounds like one to me.
To be yeah, just so everyone knows, Chris and good David are not involved in any of this, but, you know, it's my live stream, and it feels like that was some sort of threat. And this thing's brand new, man. This was not going to be touched. Malik, this thing was not going to be touched, man. Definitely not in a zut sense, but was not going to be touched until you started running your mouth.
So Malik claims that he doesn't want to. Well, I mean, is Malik even denying condoning violence at this point, or he's just
he constantly he'll do it like they do. I don't condone violence. Here's his home address. Who's going to stand up for Islam? And then he threatens to kill my wife. He threatens he's going to kill me at DebateCon and stuff like that. Hey, look at this. Didn't know it was in here. Got the English and the Arabic.
Wouldn't those be crimes in America?
What?
Oh, okay, well, wouldn't those be crimes? Threatening to kill somebody's partner?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
absolutely. Hey, Malik.
I wouldn't want to go to an American jail.
Oh, jail's fun, man. You.
for you.
You'd have no problem. You'd have no problem in American jails. But let's see what he said real quick. When your boyfriend starts ripping up Qurans, I'm back on you and your fruitcake partner in crime. Stop crying. I told you online you guys are tough. Man up, blood. All right. So that was a threat. If I start ripping Qurans, he's back on IP. You know how many messages I got from Inspiring Philosophy today going, David, Malik says he's gonna be on us again if you start ripping up Qurans. Please don't do it. You know how many messages I got? 0, Malik. Hey, Malik. You back on? You back on us, man? Come on. Things were so much more exciting when all I had to do for a new live stream. When all I had to do for a new live stream was just say, Thaddeus, Thaddeus, jump on with me and break down the latest Malik stuff. It was fun, and it's entertaining, and so, hey guys. We got more. Oh, by the way, guys, I know it's super late. Over there, and you guys have had a busy couple days, and you had Speaker's Corner and stuff like that. So just let me know whenever you guys want to cut out and stuff like that. We've got video clips from Speaker's Corner and stuff today, but you can hang as long as you want, and I'm going to be hanging longer and going through more stuff. But I did want to let me say this, guys. Let me go ahead and say this here, because that was all. Malik, we'll deal with you later, buddy. We're talking about Libiano right now. We're talking to Orthodox Muslim right now. Someone clip this because I'm in a good mood. And so I'm going to give Orthodox Muslim a choice that I never had. He's a young guy, so I'm going to be generous and give him a choice. You have a choice to make, Orthodox Muslim. And you have 24 hours to make your choice. Here's your choice. We have a video. Thaddeus already did vast majority of the work putting all the Quran desecration clips together. People submitted Quran desecration clips from all over the world. I'm a pretty creative dude when it comes to stuff like that, and people came up with stuff I would have never thought of in a million years, and a couple of them were so insanely messed up that we won't actually show them. And when you see the ones we actually show, you can imagine how much worse some of them must have been if we're not actually showing some of them. But anyway, we've got all of that put together, but it's just 101 video clips combined. It needs like narration, right? And so a lot of the narration was going to be about Malik, right? It was going to be about Malik. And Malik is definitely going to be discussed because he was the ultimate driving force behind that. And a lot of people in their videos mention him and use a hashtag and stuff like that. So anyway, Malik is definitely going to be a part of it. But I was being nice, and we were saying, okay, let's see how these guys react after all the stuff we just did. Let's see how they react. Because the videos would have been released regardless. But how people are reacting would affect kind of my narration and so on. And how do you guys react? Well, you all start cheering for Chris getting punched in the face and things like that. So you've learned absolutely nothing. So anyway, here's your choice, Libiano. Those video clips were already made in response to something else. So here's your choice. Option one. I'll release that video, but I'm going to add a bunch of narration, how it's like what you and your buddy Uzair just did and how Muslims reacted that leads to us reacting like this towards your Quran. It's your terrible behavior. And I use you as a prime example for all of these clips, right? That's option one. It's your decision. That's option one. Option two is, we already had episode 1 of the Quran Demolition Ranch. We didn't finish. We had way more plans. One of the things we didn't get to do was we got a bunch of cans of what's called tannerite. That's stuff that you shoot and it explodes. It explodes as soon as it's shot. So they come in these round cans, right? And so we got the drill attachment to drill holes that are in the Quran that are the exact same size as the tannerite canisters. And then I left 2 cases of Qurans at the Quran Demolition Ranch. And I said we could come back for the tannerite and stuff. So anyway, drill holes in there, load them up with tannerite, and then use them as target practice. And then they'll actually explode. Like piles of Qurans will actually explode if you hit them right. So anyway, I can make that. That hasn't been made yet. So I can make that and have that whole thing directed to what you and your buddy Uzair did. So here's the choice. We'll call this Lesbiano's choice. I can add some narration that involves you to videos that have already been made. And so it's not any new Quran desecration taking place. It's Quran desecration that's already taken place. It's just going to be involving you as having your name all over it. Or Quran desecration that hasn't taken place yet. And so it's new, but it's not as bad as the 101 ways. So like, what do you do here, right? New Quran desecration that's specifically directed towards what you did and a reaction towards what you did, or stuff that's already been done. So you're not actually causing any new desecration. It's just going to have your name all over it. Those are your options. So you need to tell me, you need to send me a message on X saying you choose option 1, which is your name being all over the 101 ways to desecrate the Quran, or option 2, which is revisiting the Quran Demolition Ranch, doing episode 2 of the Quran Demolition Ranch, which will all be about exploding Qurans and will be dedicated entirely to reacting to what you guys did. Those are your options. Option 1 or option 2. You have to send me a message telling me which option you choose. Because if I do not have an answer within 24 hours, and it is 9:54 p.m. Eastern Time. If I do not have an answer within 24 hours, I will interpret that as you wanting me to do both of them. In other words, putting you all over the 101 ways to desecrate the Quran and revisiting the Quran Demolition Ranch for the Tannerite demolition. That's your option. So someone clip that, or I'll clip it, send it to Orthoduck Lips, and he can decide. But again, not making a decision is a decision in this case. So just wanted to toss that out there. All right, guys. What do you think? You guys tired? You want to cut out? You want to continue watching some stuff?
There is some updates. So that was everything from 2 days ago now, from our perspective. So we went there. We sat to speak to Libiano. He had told us that he had issued a challenge, right? Again, he wants to be God Logic. Come and debate me. And actually, I think interestingly, I don't think he fully announced very publicly that he was coming over. But anyway, he made it public by going on a live stream. So it's interesting that when people come to challenge him, he's not interested in doing so if he doesn't have the ability to mute you while you're talking to him like he does on his channel or on TikTok. So that's the first thing. He isn't used to in-person debates. He's only used to online debates. So ultimately, it makes him a bit of a very weak, not very versatile debater. I suspect, the second thing then is we were told to come to Speaker's Corner. Because we were expecting Ali Dawar to be there. Because if we were men, we had to be there to showcase our manhood or whatever the case is. No Diddy. But then also when we came to the corner, there was no Duck Lips, there was no Diddy Dawar, and there were no legion of guys who were going to come over and show their force, as they said in the comments. So people are just couch potatoes sitting behind the screen, not really willing to put words behind their actions. Lastly, I suspect that the next thing that, depending on how long the Duck Lips wants to stay in the UK, he'll likely issue another challenge, Uthman style. Come and debate me at this location, at this time, you have this chance. You had 2 opportunities, you squandered them both, so we don't owe you anything. But ultimately, what you've proved, Duck Lips, is that you can't be God Logic. You can't be bigger than God Logic. You don't have the bravery or the intelligence God Logic has, so you'll always just be subpar. So keep trying to copy him, but you'll always come up, unfortunately, short and missing in your ability to actually effectively do your dawah. So just stick to your online discussions where you mute people and stuff. That's your bread and butter. Let that be your legacy, but never can you claim that you are a top debater if you couldn't even handle 2 guys coming to talk to you about something that apparently you already have answers for.
Wait a minute. Are you saying I can't handle 2 guys? I can prove you wrong.
Oh, no.
Oh, and the very last thing is monologue. He was happy to show up to Pastor David Lynn in Dundas Square in Toronto. when Pastor David Lynn didn't even know he was coming. He was happy. He was excited. But somehow, when we do that exact same thing to you, you're suddenly unhappy. Okay.
Weird stuff, right? Like someone's doing something out in the street. Hey, I want to be there. I want to be there to confront him. Oh, no, they're coming at me. Oh, why are they so violent and talking to me and stuff? Who is this? Is begging you to rip another page just for him this time before you go. I wasn't going to, but if someone's begging me, okay, there you go. Right? Malik, Malik, look what you've unleashed. Look what you've unleashed. All right, so let me see. The clips from earlier that were being referenced. What do we have here? Okay, so here's the dude. That's the dude there, right?
That is indeed the one.
Hey, Uzair, how you doing, man? Hey.
This is the assailant, everybody. This is the one who caused all the stuff, who punched David and who punched Chris. This is the assailant. His name is Uzair.
And almost didn't recognize him without his hood over his face and stuff. Sad part is you can recognize him from every other little detail, and he was standing there a bunch of the time.
It's not my first time in the UK.
Sorry, in London.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Proper. You know, the worst part was going to Slough, though. That's the worst part.
That's the best town. For everyone watching, Slough is the best town.
Tell them right there.
Slough is the best town.
Slough has the best bourbon in England.
That's it.
Yeah, I got my trim in Slough.
Guys, what's up with Slough? I never heard of it before this. Is that a popular place, or is it a tiny little place, or what?
It's just a place. It's not. I don't think it's premier for any reason. It's just
Slough.
Slough.
Oh, man.
I think this is where in America.
This is where the guy happens to live, where Uzair happens to live, and where, according to a different clip, Orthodox Lesbiano, when he came to England, he met up with this guy and went with him where he lives. So Uzair lives in Slough, and he met up with him and went with him to Slough. So that's why they're talking about it all the time. It's kind of like this small town west of London.
Hey. Don't do this, man. Uncle, don't do this. West London, man. Outside of West London. Slough. Slough, man.
And by the way, notice Baldy there in the purple. So he knows who this guy is the entire time. He knows who he is when he throws a punch. He's been hanging out with him all day.
Yeah, and the guy in black next to Duffless claimed not to know who the guy was. So one of our cameramen asked that guy, who was one of the people trying to pull me away from holding down the assailant, why are you helping him? And the guy's response was, I don't know him. But it seems that they do know each other. Because they're here talking to each other.
Yeah. If I didn't know better, which I don't, I might think all these guys are compulsive liars.
I'm from there. Oh, just the area. It's just the best area.
He brought me to Slough. I came to London right away. He brought me to Slough, man. There's nothing.
Yeah. And guys, they also they also mentioned in the video that they met in Morocco, and I think one of the guys, "Oh, you're there for Nikah?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, you got us," something along those lines. But you guys can all check it out over there. And then there was let's see,
he mentions that's where he got his haircut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all that. We even have that information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know the barber. We could go get our. Well, I can't. I'm not allowed in the country. But AP can go get his hair cut there if he wanted to. Chris and David could go get their hair cut because now we know the best barber in Slough.
I wouldn't be caught dead there. I have no interest in getting that kind of haircut.
Ouch! You see, they have tarnished the entire reputation of Slough with their violence. One more clip from beforehand. We mentioned this. Look at
why
this.
Evil exists.
Look at this. Look at Chris standing back there.
Clearly terrifying. Look at the posture. Look
at this. Why is he so violent? Look, he's sitting there.
That's final boss posture.
Yeah, he's sitting there while Orthodox,
like I said,
has this conversation with this guy.
For specific cases, sometimes we know, and sometimes we don't have epistemic access, but we know because God exists.
I learned the word epistemic, and now I sound smart.
It's
really impressive.
Sometimes
It's really impressive.
The way
that
these
Dawa
guys
fans-
argue. The way these guys argue is interesting. Sometimes we don't know, but we do know because we know. Okay.
Well, it's funny because I mean, he's better than Ali Dawa in that he is. But I mean, it's just he's just copying. He's just copying Christian apologists. It's weird.
Have sufficient justification to think that God is always just and God is always wise.
Sufficient justification to think that God is always just.
I understand.
Whereas Ali Dawa, he'll pick up the words, but he doesn't understand any of them, and he sounds.
We have sufficient reasoning, yeah?
Yeah, he'll still sound intelligent to his fans because they're even dumber than he is. But to anyone else who's listening, it's like you're using the words and you don't know what any of them mean, and you sound like an idiot. So anyway.
What was I going to say?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, look, conversation continues. Conversation continues with this super tall dude.
Child to die at birth, especially
Chris,
when you have situations like Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler.
How aggressive is this drunk Chris? Just storming at him, swinging.
Well, you see, the difference is that the gentleman in front of him has his hands behind his back. That's why the bodyguard is safe to be 5 feet away.
If his hands were in his pockets, this guy would have got clocked.
You know, for you to say
we got Chris
maybe
waiting
that you don't know the reasoning behind it.
He's texting on his phone. What's he texting? Oh, they think I'm being calm, but I'm about to get super violent. It's about to be a bloodbath. This will be a great massacre.
Maybe because he's had a history of doing good things and whatnot, that we should just be okay with it. Unfortunately, I don't agree with it because there could be a whole.
Hey, look, and there's David. There's David back there.
And that's why Ali Dawa comes in because he's like, oh no.
Oh no, what is we gonna do now? Yeah, let me break out the shapes. Let me break out the shapes.
Let's be honest, I forgot my shapes. Oh no! Now what we gonna do?
Yeah, that's where we are.
Look, Ali Dawa.
I lend some money to or whatnot, and then I could, maybe steal this gentleman's wallet or something like that. So, unfortunately, this to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you feel that way, that's fine. But again, as long as there's no logical issue that you could present, then I guess the argument just won't be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you so much, man.
Good to see you. What's your name?
AJ.
George.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Clowns from Speaker's Corner here.
Oh, that's fine.
Clowns from Speaker's Corner here. What? Why do you start with insults?
Where are you running?
Which one do
Who's
you
running? Who's
There we
running?
go.
Who's
And
running?
they step in.
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Are you gonna step up to me?
What's this? What's this? Whoa!
Don't get close.
Oh, so that's when the guy pushed Chris back, even though his hands were in his pocket, and he has this giant backpack on.
Wow. So he said it was fine that the Speaker's Corner guys were there, and then the second they come, it just automatically converge like flies on a.
Isn't that interesting? Chris just steps up. Hey, why are you running? And then all of a sudden, mob mentality.
What's going on? Don't get close.
Where's that boy here?
Don't get close. Don't get close. Why is the guy so?
What should you do? Stay far away?
Yeah, you can't walk up and talk to someone.
And he said it was fine that we were there.
Why did he come so violent?
Oh, look. Hey, look who it is. Who? I can't tell if that's him, but wait, he's going to show up. Watch.
Why is he trying to step up?
Okay, so this, so that's the discussion they're having on here. Let's see. Who is this? I'm trying to see who that is. Nope, that's a different jacket. Let's see who shows up. Let's see. Hey, that's the guy right there. That's him right there. Come on, show your face, man. Come on. Hey, you got your hood on later. Come on, show your face, or we'll never be able to recognize you. Oh, look, he's trying to get his hands up in there already. Oh, look, there's his profile, guys, over there on the left.
Yeah, it's like, what further involvement does he need? And by the way, he was getting aggressive with Chris in the very beginning.
Yep. You can tell he's trying to weasel his way in there. Let's see what we got here. Hey, he's got a camera angle too. Hey, give us your footage, man. He's kind of blocking the camera half the time. Dude, that's your boy's camera you're blocking. And come on, show your face, dude. Ooh, look how angry Chris is. Look at the hostility, the anger of Shaitan was in his eyes.
That's the declaration of war.
Come on, man. You're not going to show your face? All right. We can't get a... Man.
Yeah, not from this angle, it seems.
I was hoping we were going to see his... face, man.
It's beautiful.
There are other angles.
Yeah, we'll find it later. Man, oh man, oh man. Hey guys. Again,
Howdy.
Again, it's the middle of the night over there. You guys can jump whenever we want. All right, some of the videos from today are we have Chris reacting at Speaker's Corner. So him giving a description of what happened. We've got Hamza. We've got you guys talking to Hamza. We've got...
Yes. Or Scamza, as we call him these days.
You want to check out Scamza real quick?
All right, guys. Today I am minding my
that's the
own
wrong one,
business, and then I get a...
It was so good we had to play it twice.
Let's see.
Give Life double the play. He deserves it.
Wait a second. Chris Hamza.
Are you ending with a nose like that? That's my advice to you.
Oh, wait. Wow. So wait a second. You're not
What did he say?
Why did they punch him? Because he's a violent man.
So he said if you come up with someone's face, then you get punched like that. But as we've seen in the video,
what happened?
That's not what happened. But that's a narrative that they're running with.
Wow.
Yep.
Again, in their face. So who hit him? Them or just one random assailant who was actively trying to cause trouble when I wasn't, for example, in the person's face?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. But it's not to just justify whatever action that they do. They can't. They're blinded from actually seeing any truth in anything as long as they're protecting their cults. That's what they care about.
Got to do it.
Wait, show that. Show me evidence. Show me evidence. Show me evidence of that.
So if you're in someone's face, you punch.
You made a claim. Show me evidence.
Show someone's face.
You made a claim. Show me evidence. Go ahead.
Show me evidence.
Show me
You're
evidence.
pissed up in his face. Pissed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Pissed up.
Show me that.
The way what happens is he brings out his phone, and then after a while he just closes it and puts it back in his pocket.
Oh, wait, I thought he was going to give you evidence. So he's trying to show evidence that Chris was drunk and in someone's face, and then, poor guy defended himself, even though it was someone taking a swing at David, and then Chris just asking what he's doing.
By the way, the reason why they're doing it is because their security guards, for protection, got really close in his face,
bring it up,
which
bring it
then
up, bring it up.
instigated more tension.
Oh, but by the way, let's not forget, this is the guy.
Hey, that's not fair. You got you two already, and then young Bob jumps in. That's just like, come on. It's just Hamza.
It's
Who
just
got angry at Ish and pushed him for no apparent reason and later apologized in the comments. So this guy is not an arbiter of truth or whatever.
I apologized, did I? Why did I apologize?
Why didn't you apologize?
No, why did I
there?
apologize?
Well, you condemn what
Why
that Muslim
didn't you apologize
did. You
in there?
condemn what that Muslim did when he hit me.
No, I think he deserved it.
Ah!
I think you,
There you go.
where you were
How
last
do you
night,
know?
pissed up, getting
How
into
do you
anyone's
know?
face, would have
How
headbutted
do you
you.
know?
Was I violent?
How do you know?
The man of violence.
I
Do I,
said-
do I deserve to be hit now?
No, why would you guys do that together?
Because I'm doing the same thing.
No.
It's the same thing.
I'm literally as close as
No,
I
it's
get.
completely different.
Literally, I'm the same
Completely
thing.
different. I invited you in. Am I saying get away
So
from me?
did Liviano. Liviano said that he was willing to talk to those from the corner. Dawa came and said that these were the clowns from the corner. He said that's fine.
Well, and regardless, if you walk up to him right here and start talking to him and he doesn't invite you, what's that mean? He can punch you in your face?
I guess so.
With Hamza.
That's the law.
That's the law. The streets.
If any man tries to talk to another man with his hands in his pocket, he shall be punched in his face.
By the way, Hamza never gave any verbal consent to invite somebody into the conversation. They just started talking. So what does the invitation look like? It's so interesting.
Stay away.
Do you consent to me talking to you right now? What is this?
Okay, but Libiano,
You know the guy
last
that hit
night.
Yeah, they say that.
nothing to do with Libiano. You know that, right?
Look,
that was a different conversation.
I'll say it again to you. Look, I've not always been a Muslim, right? You go around behaving like you did in any
What did I
town.
do? What did I do?
You got pissed up in his face.
What does that mean?
He asked the question.
Were you drinking?
No. Was I drinking?
Had you been drinking?
What?
Hey, this is weird because anyone, you guys in the UK say pissed, and that means drunk.
Yeah.
When we hear pissed in his face, that means something completely different. That means completely different in the United States. And
Okay.
I would say, if you did that and you meant what we would mean by saying pissed in the face, that would justify swinging right there. That would justify.
Yeah,
but
possible,
this is just
That's why he was angry.
everyone watching this, all Americans watching this clip later going, oh, well, he definitely deserved to get punched in the face.
Chris is a monster.
If he pissed in the dude's face, what the heck, man? This is what Christians are doing? God.
That's probably what Malik thought happened. Malik just thought Chris just urinated in Libiano's face.
What were you saying, AP? Hey, guys, there's about 10 minutes. Should we watch this?
It's just a case where Hamza just justifies what happened and then lies about his scamming his fans for donations consistently every year. He claims to be in debt for like an unknown sum of money, and he just keeps raising funds to clear that debt, and it never goes down.
Well, you could just ask people directly, or you could do it the way the other Dawa guys do it. Hey, I'm taking this big Dawa trip, and I need drug money. I mean, Quran money.
You know when you see a dog and it starts doing this?
You really like the dog.
Walk away. Don't kick the dog
Wait, so you were the dog, or they were the dog? Who's the dog here?
and then cry when it bites.
That's a good question.
I was insulting you.
No, he was.
That's
he
a good
was
question.
insulting
Who
you.
was the
He
dog?
wasn't insulting me. I'm
He
sorry.
was saying to you.
He called me fat.
He was
called
trying to have
he
a
called me-
conversation with you.
No,
He was.
No, he wasn't.
Was he?
He was saying, let's
Where?
talk. You were
Yeah,
talking.
yes,
Did you accuse him of trannies or something?
Yes.
And what did he say? And you wonder why he.
Did you accuse him of? Well, it's Malik who accused him of stuff. We just repeat the stuff that Malik has shared with the world. Thanks, Malik.
Wait,
So
so
if you didn't
if you see like,
No, the other guy.
All I'm saying is,
What, 'cause I said
look,
so to
Leicester
the guy?
Square, pissed up on a Saturday night is not Speaker's Corner on a
you need to
Sunday.
explain.
Yeah?
Well,
Wait,
you check it out, yeah.
Wait, Ali Dawah
What are you
makes it
saying in
Speaker's
Leicester
Corner
Square?
on a Saturday You night. understand that
No,
the
no,
reason
you're missing the point.
Ali Dawah
You're
makes
missing the
it
point.
There
Speaker's
is no
Corner.
point you're making. You're
And also,
struggling.
just
there's no
justifying
appropriate
violence.
setting to me.
No, no, no.
You're just a violent boy.
Look, I'll say it again. You get in someone's face,
Oh, and
pissed
by
up like
the
that, on a
way,
Saturday.
one good point. The reason why the Dower guys moved to Leicester Square is just so they can talk to drunk people
Yeah.
for content.
That's true. If it's this, you can't have a conversation there. That's not the place for having questions. What's he doing going there, trying to have discussions for Dawa then? If that's not a place to have discussions about the Islamic dilemma, what's he out there for having discussions about Islam? Like why?
To meet drunk people and get content. That's all.
Yep, and to try and pick up some trans.
The guy that hit me, where did I get in his face?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Oh, snap.
don't know.
Oh, wait. Well, you made a claim.
What did I say?
You made a claim.
I said to
that
you,
if you get
if I was
someone's face,
Libiano
then-
last night and you doing that to me,
Well, you
I would have had
But the guy that did it to me,
Whoa! He just said he would have headbutted you. You guys said that?
Yep.
If you
We're
if you walked
talking
up to
then.
him and
Okay.
said, "Hey, why are you running from me? I want to debate the Islamic dilemma. Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running?" He's saying, "I would have headbutted you." Not here at the corner,
point.
but if it was in Leicester Square and you were out there for dawah and having conversations, and he walks up and says, "Hey, why are you running on the Islamic dilemma?" He says, "I would have headbutted you."
where did I get in his face?
I don't
I
know.
don't
Oh,
know
wait.
that.
Oh, snap.
don't
Oh,
know.
wait. Well, you made a claim.
What did I say?
You made a claim.
I said to
that
you,
if you get
if I was
someone's face,
Libiano
then-
last night and you doing that to me,
Well, you
I would have
But
had
the guy that did it to me, what did I do to deserve
You know what?
it?
You know what's really
I don't
bad
know.
about this though? It's Hamza also happens to be a very threatening person, you know, a very
Oh, yeah.
threatening guy. So, you know, it's, when he gives you warnings like that, you better take that seriously. I mean, when Hamza tells you he would have headbutted you, I mean, that scares me, man. I mean, look at the guy.
True.
Look at him.
Cold killer.
A juggernaut. A juggernaut.
But it's here.
So then what are you making a claim for?
You don't even know
You're
what
All I know is you were pissed off on a Saturday night.
Quickly interject here to make some important.
No.
Say it, because Muslims have nothing else
You're
to
the
say.
guy.
No.
You're the guy
Yeah,
crying
because
because you're in debt. You're
You
crying
instigate
because you're
trouble
in
and
debt.
whinge to everybody.
You go to debt and you cry about it.
You whinge to everybody.
Give me an example.
I mean, think about this. So the guy took a swing twice at David. Look at the people on the camera here. Guy took a swing twice at David. Guy punched Chris in the face. Young Bob here gets beat up all the time by these guys.
It's his fault.
And it's
You
everyone,
shouldn't
it's
kick a
everyone else's
dog.
fault, and it's not Islam.
If a dog's growling, don't kick it. I guess we're kicking growling dogs. By the analogy.
When I have decided to get
Okay,
so
so very quickly, right?
But here's
the video from Hamza, and Hamza is telling you about his fundraising.
I'm still trying to figure out where Ali Dawah and Orthodox Muslim are. They promised they'd be here, and they said you're not a real man if you don't show up.
It says Salam Alaikum. All I hope you're all well. I have created this fundraiser to help me climb out of debts. The debt hole I find myself in. The debt has become a huge wall in front of
Does anyone want to climb into my debt hole?
me, taking my attention away from what I aim to achieve for my channel. Nothing. My total debt is 50K. I believe raising half of that in this fundraiser will facilitate and enable me to achieve my dream of working
Oh, you're trying to get me to headbutt you. I'm trying to get me to headbutt you.
my way
can
out
reach.
and freeing myself from this debt.
Alhamdulillah.
He said raising half,
Wait. What was
and
his
then he
dream?
raised the full amount.
What was his dream?
Getting out of debt.
Getting
to
out of
work
debt.
to get out of debt.
What you doing?
How? By raising more money
By
every
raising more
year.
money every year.
Is that
How
working?
much did I raise this
Or is
year?
that begging?
I don't know, man. You tell me. You're the guy who
Well,
did
you
it.
said I
Look, there's all kinds of ways to do it. You can say, "Hey, I need 50,000," or you can say, "Hey, we really need to build this huge mosque. Send us the money." Or you can say, "Hey, buy these prayer mats." Or you can say,
Well,
"Hey, I need to buy a bunch of Qurans to hand them out. Send me the money." There's all kinds of ways. I
need to
actually
provide
like
for
the
my
"Hey, give me the money."
wife. I need to provide for my new wife. They have a lot of needs. They go to school. I have to take care of all their stuff. You could do that.
Hey, I'm bankrupt because I tried suing people into keeping their mouths shut and it didn't work, and now I owe $1 million. Can you give me $1 million? There's all kinds of ways to do it, guys. Let's check out because that's a little short clip with Young Bob here. What did Young Bob have to say?
I'm with Chris from Speaker's Corner. Now, yesterday, the famous Orthodox Muslim and his team were out in Leicester Square with Ali Dawah, the person who's infamously never here, despite the fact he was known from being at Speaker's Corner debating and evangelizing with Christians. And this speaker's through, for someone who wasn't there, I saw that allegedly he got punched in the face by one of the members of his team or a Muslim that was
allegedly
embracing the fact he was doing dawah in this country. So what actually happened?
All right. So, Bob, I was at Leicester Square. Libiano, also known as Orthodox Muslim, he was there. He was giving his dawah. So I went there along with other Christians to have a peaceful discussion. We didn't go there to be violent or to attack anyone or to provoke anything. We went there to challenge him. I wanted to challenge him on the Islamic dilemma. You have to forgive me, Bob. My voice is dying, which is why it's going down. But we went there and immediately tensions were raised. He could, I don't know what was wrong with it, but he did not want to talk with me. And there were Muslims around him, his bodyguards. He had like 3 bodyguards, and they were like, "He's doing all this sort of stuff." I'm sure you're familiar. And there was this one Muslim, and I saw his face.
That's what's funny. Young Bob's like, "Been there, been there, been there, been there, been there. I feel your pain."
And he was giving the old, "I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to do X, Y, Z." But we didn't think anything of it. We just ignored him. We didn't want violence. But then later on, he masks himself. He then goes up to David and he does something to him. And then I see like the end result of that. And I turn to him and I say, "What are you doing?" And then you'll see on the video footage that's out there, it's on different channels. I walk up to him, he walks up to me, and he hits me straight in the nose.
And this was just meant to be evangelization. You know, the Islamic Dharma, for those who don't know, is this idea the Quran affirms the validity and authenticity and the preservation of both the Torah and Injil. And this man, who's coming here in our country as a guest, trying to evangelize people into the foreign religion of Islam, and one of his guys stuck him in the face.
Trying to evangelize people into the foreign religion of Islam. Young Bob's funny, man.
Foreign religion of Islam, and one of his guys stuck him in the face. Now, what's the immediate response? Because I saw that Libiano said, "I'm sorry, not sorry, but rather we don't do violence." You know.
Yeah, Bolt. They just say that for technical purposes. If it ever goes to court or something, they go, "Look, we said we don't condone violence."
Do violence. Yeah, that's a lot of nonsense. So the guy who did it, we have his face, we've seen his face, we've identified him as being someone who's been on Libiano's streams before. So we know he's associated with Libiano. Libiano considers him a friend. They even went to the same barbers together, apparently, got their hair cut. So Libiano...
Can we go get our hair done together? That would be so cool. Hey guys, look at me. I'm getting my hair done with Libiano.
For life.
Libiano not only failed to condemn him, but you can see him actively talking with him and seemingly encouraging him after him had hit me. So,
well, thank you so much for coming on for the interview. That's Chris at Speaker's Corner, everyone. Now, I'm mostly focused on politics, but it ties in quite nicely. I think, you know, everyone has the liberty to do whatever they want, but personally, you shouldn't get into someone's face just simply because they disagree with you, or even punch them. So it's a good sign that our good friends at islamdownload.com are doing great in terms of grifting and being violent. But thanks for everyone for tuning in. God bless. Godspeed.
Oh, I'm glad Young Bum's on our side, man.
Very much so.
Oh, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Again, I don't want to keep you guys, but you can stay here. You can stay here for 5 hours for all I care. I wanted to check out some super chats, but what are you guys thinking?
How do I get rid of these guys?
I mean, sure, go for it. I was just gonna say something like one final thing, and then like I can just like bow out if I need to. But it's just a case of my prediction for the remainder of Libiano's trip is going to be highly unsuccessful. He's not going to be able to gain the kind of audience that he wants because ultimately people want to see debates. They want to see you get challenged. They want to see you give compelling answers. And going to Leicester Square and talking to drunk people on the weekend isn't going to give them that. So in the same way that God Logic comes here and isn't afraid to go anywhere, any of the popular spots, Libiano will try the same thing, but he's missed his opportunity. Speaker's Corner was going to be a big draw, and unfortunately, he couldn't muster the courage to come over, so it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Trip wasted.
Yeah, and you can compare that again, like God Logic, right? So Libiano comes to the UK. When any of the Speaker's Corner regulars goes up to him, he doesn't want to touch it, right? God Logic comes over from the US. What happens when the Speaker's Corner, like Ali Dawa, come up to him? He's ready. He's ready. But what just happened with Libiano, it's the same thing we've been saying for several years now. Dawa used to be geared towards persuading non-Muslims. That's what it was geared towards. Hey, we're trying to make a compelling case to you guys. Then once you started having the avalanche of apostasy, it just shifted to trying to impress Muslims, right? Trying to impress Muslims and show them that Islam is really strong. And that's when you got all the chest thumping. Oh, we're humiliating them, which is repulsive to most people outside of Islam. They're like, what is this caveman nonsense, man? What is this idiotic caveman nonsense? And so Libiano is like just yesterday's exhibit of this. He's doing something. He's totally backing down. He looks like a coward. And he's got his guy thugging out and punching people in the face. And look at his fans. Yeah, he got what he deserved. Who is that? That's people who are already convinced and already stupid and brainwashed. Everyone outside of Islam is going, what? This is pathetic, man. This is dawah. You guys go around thumping your chest about being so strong and stuff, and you guys can't handle a debate. And then you punch a guy in the face, and then we don't condone violence. Like, you guys are pathetic. And then you whine and say, it's the Christians who are being violent by standing there with hands in their pockets. Looks bad, man. Looks really pathetic, man. And that's why they're losing, man. That's all they can do.
Well, I still can't get over the fact that Chris was being so violent, when he went there.
and so drunk, like, bringing that bottle of whiskey with me throughout the whole thing was a really brave move. But I think it backfired.
Right in his veins.
Yeah, and it just looked like any second you could just pull it out of your pocket and just start cracking skulls, man.
Yeah.
Shame you didn't.
Wild stuff. Y'all have a good stream. In going to sleep. What are you saying?
We'll have a good stream and going to sleep.
Thanks for the strength and courage. Yep. That's good. That's good. That's good. We've got an awesome young generation over there in the UK, guys. It's actually encouraging. As much as things suck in the UK, it is cool that they've got guys like you changing the entire tide. You guys took over Speaker's Corner over the past few years. Pretty awesome.
Young generation.
The drunk British guy who got into a Mubahala match with a Muslim who took too much Taweed. Very Islamophobic. Oh, hi, Chris. Get better. That's good. Serious question. Benjamin Harwell of War Room and Jason Jones of Vulnerable People Project discussion on Rumble made serious allegations against IDF and Jewish settlers for crimes against Christians in Bethlehem. There was video. Might be relevant for some other time. Ebony wood and ivory wood. There you go. You guys are all probably too young to even know what that's talking about. Ebony and ivory. Hoping your Israel context can clarify situation. I don't know what you clarify. If someone does some messed up stuff, then they did some messed up stuff, and they should be punished accordingly.
Yeah.
David, could you please make a post or video in support of Candid with Lubna? She's been doxxed by extremists again and in a bad situation. She doesn't want to do GoFundMe again, but has buy a coffee. She took all her stuff down, so I don't even know what to do in those situations. If someone takes all their stuff down, it's kind of like they don't want to draw attention to themselves. So do you then say, hey, everyone, King of the Islamophobes is speaking out for her? I don't know. In other words, yeah, if she needs anything from us, and we're happy to help, but she should, contact us and tell us what she actually wants to happen. Everybody has plans until they get hit, Mike Tyson, but Chris just keeps going. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, they really think, haha, we punched him in the face. It's like, you just gave Chris more street cred. That helps him, and you guys look like a bunch of sniveling little crybabies who can't handle an argument. IDF shuts down Church of Holy Sepulchre. Comments? Didn't they close all the main holy sites in the old city because they're dropping bombs, AP? What is this?
That was the whole outrage of today. Was this fake outrage of today? So what happened is that the cardinal in Jerusalem, Pizzaballa, he wanted to go and with several priests do the mass. They can't do it with the public because all public in all places of worship is currently not allowed to gather. But he himself, with a few priests, wanted to go, and apparently the police there said, "Sorry, you can't do it." And he didn't even argue with them. He just said, "Okay, all right," and went away. And then when he was asked what happened, he just said it, and then the media just started spreading it in this very, very scandalous way.
Powerful.
And then Netanyahu jumped in.
I'll puff. Daddy comes over here and what?
Netanyahu then jumped in and said, "This should not be happening. I will order the police to allow the cardinal to do his services and all that." So that's just basically what it is. But it's not. It's some people try to make it look like a discrimination against Christians, which it was not. It's like equally applied to everybody. I mean, nobody's at the Western Wall right now.
David Wood stole his haircut from Mike Winger. Ha ha. No, I got my haircut.
Confirmed.
What's that place called? Slough? I got my haircut in Slough from the greatest barber in Slough. Fun fact, Richard scared Saladin so badly that at Jaffa, when Richard leapt into the sea from his ship to lift the siege, Saladin turned his tail and ran. No way. Saladin runs from no man. Goofy Yellow Star.
From two men, actually.
Hey, Ida tried to trick me. Look at what Ida did. So she always tries to get me to read the super stickers, but now she sends a super chat, but it's actually just describing the same. A goofy yellow star with huge grin, including pom-poms bouncing cheerfully and sending hugs. Ida's whole life is tricking me. A coin with a star. These are super stickers. A red heart. See, now I just read them because I was used to reading the super sticker. Okay, that was teamwork there. Was Chris cut by his nasty, overgrown fingernails? Did that guy have nasty fingernails? What was it?
Probably.
That's what I would wonder. Like, what actually cut you? Because you can hit someone just right,
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like that. But it would normally, like unless it's a really solid punch that cuts you, normally be a ring or
Yeah, I was thinking a ring. but
ring, or it could be fingernails.
it didn't feel
There was
painful enough for it to be a ring, though. Like it just felt like being clipped by something.
There was a guy who kept a long, and he would tap his fingernail to make it stronger and stuff like this. And he kept this long fingernail in jail, and we always wondered what it was for. And he got into a fight, and he just jabs a dude right in the face, and the blood starts gushing. Classic.
Prison.
That was jail. I ran to America.
Jail.
Yeah, I ran to America. You see, Lowell. Glad you're okay, guys.
Oh, it's him. It's I don't know if you saw the profile picture was of our assailants.
Oh, there he is.
ran
Oh, yeah,
somewhere.
there he goes. Okay, that makes sense. I ran to America. You see, Lowell. Glad you guys. Yeah, we're gonna make that guy famous. Saw the question if Frank Turek would follow Islam if it was true in a previous stream. Even if Islam were true, you couldn't trust Allah because he's a deceiver. This is a massive problem for Islam. It does make things very difficult, guys.
Yep.
Like, what could you possibly mean about Islam proving it's true? Find a 50-page book titled A Conversation with Superintelligence by Jim Duane Burns Jr. is free with Kindle Unlimited. It will improve all religions and produce a mass exodus from Islam. Conversation with Superintelligence. The only thing going for that right now is you said 50 pages, which is about my attention span. Thank you, Chris. And good David, never stop. Never stop, never stopping, guys.
Good David.
It's a good one.
Since Allah is the best of deceivers, following Islam could be the only thing that gets you into hell in Islam. That would be the ultimate deception. That would be a pretty slick move. Uzair was excited. Good David resembles the Al-Zut. What the heck?
Oh boy, is that what happened?
Yeah, he's like, hey,
is that what happened?
Is this one of the men of
Oh
Al-Zut?
my goodness! So in unconsciously, Zut's always in the back of their minds. Wow, maybe that's what happened.
I didn't see Chris urinating everywhere. Not drunk.
No,
That
what
is
actually
true.
happened? What actually happened is that he's gay for Muhammad, and he saw you, and he thought of the Al-Zut, so he got jealous because of what the Al-Zut did to Muhammad, or what Muhammad did with them. It's because he is gay for Muhammad, so he decided to
I
attack.
do not identify as the Al-Zut. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, here's what's weird. See, UK pubs in the UK, they don't have restrooms, so everyone just goes and pees out in the alley. Whereas in America, these places have restrooms to avoid that from happening. But I remember walking through the UK in the night, and it's like there was an actual little stream of urine flowing out of the alley. It's like running down the alley and then like into the road and stuff like that, of people just going out there taking a leak. I'm like, wouldn't it be better just to have restrooms in your places, man? Anyway, that's why you guys lost the war against us multiple times. Saying Chris is drunk is meant to be. Saying Chris is drunk is meant to be derogatory because Christians aren't forbidden to drink. It's also a tactic so that they can save face with their Muslim followers after Chris got attacked. That is, in their defense, I do the same thing with Muslims when they say something stupid on X. I go, "Are you drunk?" And I'll say, "Are you drunk
On
during
camel urine.
Are you drunk during Ramadan, dude? Lay off the sauce, man." When you just want to talk. But the Al-Zut are putting on a Tom Jones record and lighting candles. Gosh. One of the worst things that ever happened is all this Al-Zut stuff became popular. Zut-Zair, calling him Zut-Zair instead of Zut-Zair, got tired of Ortha Zut-Lips Zut passage, so decided to use it. What the heck is wrong with people, man? We got some of AP's weird old fans from back in the day coming over here. For context, Richard leapt into the sea with only chainmail and a Dane axe alone, and Saladin still bravely ran away when he heard Richard was there. Bravely ran away. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, praying. That's good. These guys are ultimately controlled by demons, like their prophet. So, such a peaceful religion, they can't handle a simple difference of opinion without trying to intimidate you. Then they cry victim. What a bunch of brainlets. That's what I mean. It's like, if you were tough, okay, be tough and show how tough you are. Or if you're weak and scared, just be weak and scared. They want it both ways. They want, oh, we'll humiliate you. Hey, look, I'm being oppressed. I'm being oppressed. It's like pathetic, man. I'm trying to chill.
Don't be lukewarm. Either be hot or cold. Pick one.
All jokes aside, it depends on the pockets and the overall body language, because a lot of terror attackers go with weapons in their pockets, but like in coats or heavy jackets, you can see the difference. Yeah, we're not saying that no one with hands in pockets would ever be a threat. Just not Chris.
You could see from the size of his pockets that he had something serious in there.
Someone had some big puffy jacket, and I guess if you thought, hey, maybe his backpack is...
It was a magic backpack.
A bomb.
Just unlimited weaponry and alcohol.
Yep.
Unlike the Al-Zut. It is the religion of pieces. Chris doing the Lord's work. It is good. And notice, guys.
Thank you.
Notice, guys, no matter what happens, that's why they can't win. No matter what happens, they get exposed. If he had had a debate on the Islamic dilemma, he would have got exposed. Islam would have looked bad. So what happens? They want to get aggressive and violent, and Islam gets exposed. There's no way to win. There's no way to win. That's just what happens when you don't have an actual case. Why did he come so violent? Muhammad in the desert. That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
People are messed up. Libiano was drinking vodka lemonade. Confirm. Wouldn't surprise me.
That should be on a shirt now. Why did he come so violent? That should be on a shirt.
But have a Muhammad cartoon, have him in the desert. You're wearing a shirt, but I am not. The Prophet then raised his shirt, and the man embraced him and began to Libiano his side. Then he said, "This is what I wanted, Messenger of Allah."
This is what I really wanted.
Soon as he said, "Tell him what you said about the Prophet," he knew what he was doing. He was inciting violence. He's too much of a coward to do it himself anyway, but this is Islam. God bless you, fellas. Yeah, that's either inciting violence or it's him trying to justify not having a discussion and saying, you see, I can't talk with these guys. They're mean.
That is actually what I was thinking. You know, when he said earlier that he's trying to that he wants to amplify it, or he wants everybody to know because he wants to present an excuse. I think that the other possibility is simply that he wants to incite violence, that he wants to make you unsafe there. I think he would lovingly go for that. And of course, he doesn't have a problem with somebody beating you up. You know?
Yeah, you can try.
Was Mo a temporary wife of 30 Zut? Yeah, we don't know if they were still doing mutta at that time, and that was just a one-night mutta thing. We don't know. We don't know the details. Islam doesn't have an argument without violence and taqiyya. Dear brothers in Christ, Chris and David, how are you? Dawa serpents should be deported. Don't know what to say.
Agreed.
Yep. Agreed. I've been better. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, my voice is dying a little bit.
You see? That's what you get.
That's what I get.
You see? The law has cursed Chris, and Chris can no longer even speak. Hey, Chris's voice right now reminds me of Dawa. It's like dying. Christ, call me urgent. I've every single incident recording that been erased by them, and also, I think he means Chris.
You mean Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah, guys. Christ call me has a very different meaning from Chris call me. So this says, Chris, call me urgent. I've every single incident recording that's been erased by them, and also you guys will be shocked knowing the truth. I'd message him, Chris.
Yeah, you can email me at chrisspeakerscorner@gmail.com.
Yeah, because... Yeah, so you can email Chris. And give him the details. Yeah, it sucks because I could have done that as well. You can actually just screen record the stuff before they take it down. If you want to download it, you have to wait till it finishes processing, which can be several hours. But yeah, could have screen recorded it. So maybe someone screen recorded it or got a copy somewhere else. When you go Islamic, you go demonic. That's true. So basically, David became a hero character from Tekken, and Chris learned how to fly and got a picture for his new book. Good to see that you're both okay. Oh, hey, D-Wood and AP.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Basically, I am Heihachi Mishima. Don't mess with me.
Hey,
Nice.
hey, Chris, you can make a
Yeah.
separate, you can make a different Islamic dilemma out of this, like the way Inspiring Philosophy made a, like, I forget what he called it, clear Quran dilemma or something like that, where he pointed out that the Quran claims to be clear. So if the Quran is clear, then the Islamic dilemma follows, because all these verses clearly affirm our scriptures. And if the Quran isn't clear, well, it claims to be clear. And so either way, it turns out to be wrong. But you could have like a second order Islamic dilemma where they actually try to respond to the Islamic dilemma, in which case they lose and Islam gets exposed, or they don't want to do that and they get violent, in which case Islam is exposed. So either way, Islam gets exposed, and they just have to decide which way it's going to get exposed.
That's pretty good.
Dwap. Oh, dude, D-Wood and AP together is Dwap. Dwap et al. Have you seen any Joseph Cohen's videos? Example video titled Jew sings Quran beautifully, but Muslims panic when he translates it.
Yep. He does a fantastic job.
Wait, Joseph Cohen, who's that? Is that
Israel Advocacy Movement?
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Wait, did he sing it? Did he sing the Quran?
Yeah, he does read the Arabic. So what he does is he just catches random Muslims live, and then because he looks like clearly like a Jew, and he has like the Israel flag behind him, people start attacking him, and then he just starts like reciting the Quran to them and things like that. It's
That's funny.
Very good.
But I think the funny part is the things he recites are always about like giving the land to the children of Israel. That's what makes it funny.
That's actually funny. That again reminds me of Usama Dakdok. He talks about he'll hear these people in the West. Oh, the Quran sounds just so beautiful. He goes, oh really, like this? And he'll start reciting. They'll go, yeah, like that. And he'll go, yeah, I just said I want to slit your throat and drink the blood as it comes out of your throat. And you're sitting here talking about how great it sounds. And that helps get the point across.
Yeah. So what Joseph does is he then starts winning them over with like, hey, you want me to recite Quran to you? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, come on, do it. So then he recites,
Alhamdulillah, a Jew reciting the Quran.
Mashallah,
brother.
beautiful.
Yes.
And he's like, well, you know what that means? You know what it says in that passage? And then he translates it to them, and then they're shocked. So he does that kind of stuff. It's pretty good.
That's smart. That's creative stuff.
Yeah.
Lipid Yana. People are weird. Muslims often seem to be trying to hold themselves back from hitting others during talks. It is like they have this urge to kill. It is from the devil. Pretty straightforward. First cousin marriage will do that to your brain. Yes, it will. Generally has to be several generations of it, but that's exactly what happened. 40 generations of it. How do we know that they were hanging out with trans? They could be hanging out with Gabriel, making it seem like it was trans. Good point.
It only appeared that way.
Good point. We take it all back. Not the way Muhammad took it. In the back. Hosanna in the highest. West Virginia and Tannerite are like Mo and Moon splitting. Yep. West Virginia. Is that Candace half brother has the same eyes? Lol.
No, I am in no way related to her. I do not like her at all. Never have, never will.
And you absolutely do not have the same eyes at all.
Wait a second. Is that the assailants?
Yeah, that is. You see? Look at this, guys. Libiano's buddy here commenting and says that all black people look the same to him.
That's exactly what he told me when I was with him. Horrendous.
God bless you. I'm inspired. Apologetics security detail. That's good. Ireland has a celebration where they build a large bonfire. Could do the same, but with Quran. Not in Ireland. The largest pyramid made of books is 144,000. This is a world record. We can beat that, and then you know what we can do after. This sounds very Islamophobic. My local church encouraged people to maintain Ramadan etiquette this year. Oh my goodness. Next year, my buddies and I will stick bacon on the barbecue every day instead. That would also be Islamophobic. I'm noticing a pattern here. So when British Dawa dudes beg for donations to their tea fund, it's not tea.
Wait, what?
It's trans. They're saying it's trans. It's not tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting tired. Maybe that's a sign. Okay.
Yeah, some
all right.
people have buy me a coffee. The Dawa guys have buy me a tranny or something.
Buy
like
me a
that.
tea. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
Quran desecrations will continue until behavior improves. Yes, it will. Morale and behavior. They're mad Chris wouldn't join the Al-Zut circle. Am I the only one here who noticed Orthoduclips chose to do Dawa in front of Magic Mike Live? No, I didn't see that in the video, but I saw multiple people commenting on that. We got to check that out because that's a valid point. If he's actually
in the area, yeah.
If he's actually out in front of Magic Mike Live, that was intentional, guys. That was intentional. Calm down. Ceasefire now. I see no difference. Yeah. Yep. Allah stopped Chris's drunken fist kung fu, you see. Allah's very strong. Their narrative is that you were drunk and smelled alcohol. Yeah, we know. They always have a narrative.
Yeah.
How do they know what alcohol smells like? That's my question. How do you guys know alcohol so well?
Mm-hmm. Good catch, Dr. David Wood. Oh, yeah, when Ida tried to trick me. Turn the other cheek. How can I teach balance and point out people use this to manipulate Christians? It takes a lot of prayer to not want crusades. If you wanted to... If you
should want crusades.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as just the passage, even if you think Jesus is laying down a rule here, I'm not convinced that he is laying down some permanent rule and so on. He's teaching people to kind of like not just go with their natural inclinations on things and so on. But anyway, there in the Greek, it's an open hand slap. It's like that. It's not someone trying to kill you. It's not someone trying to rape your wife or anything like that. It's an open hand slap that was considered more of an insult. It was considered an insult, not like a physical attack. And so what is that? Someone's trying to, and you have to, this is during a time of Roman occupation like that. If someone forces you to walk 1 mile, walk with him 2 miles. What's that talking about? When do people force you to walk a mile? When does that happen?
During the Roman Empire.
Under Roman occupation, a Roman soldier could walk up to a random person and say, "You're carrying my stuff for the next mile." They couldn't make you walk longer, but under the law, they could make you walk a mile carrying their stuff. Then you had to take it back. And so Jesus says, "Hey, they're making you walk a mile. Walk with them too." So what do you do with that? It's like Jesus. That's not. It's not backing down. It's like showing your contempt for what they can do to you. And so you have a lot of room for interpretation here. Is this talking about when you're under occupation by an overwhelming force that don't respond to their insults and so on and things like that by getting violent because they're going to kill you? But at the same time, you're not just running and groveling and you're making a point to them. Like, I don't care what you can do. Yes, you can make me do this. I don't care. Yes, you can slap me in the face. I don't care. You want, look here, there you go. But Muslims use it as any Christian, you just walk up to them and beat the crap out of them. They're supposed to take it all the time. And I have to say, there are times when you would just take that, right? If you're in a Muslim country and they're gonna beat you to death for preaching the gospel or something like that, that's a situation where if they're gonna beat me to death, I would let them beat me to death. Guy kicks down my door and is attacking my family. I see zero evidence biblically that I'm supposed to just sit back and go, "Oh, I'll just turn the other cheek." Seriously doubt that's what's being maintained there. You guys have any
if I can
thoughts
just
on
comment on that. Yeah, if I just comment on that real quick. Again, at the corner, this comes up all the time. And I basically agree with everything David said. Just to summarize very quickly, the 3 examples Christ gives: turning the other cheek when you're slapped, giving someone your cloak when they ask for your tunic, and also walking an extra mile with somebody when they do something called like a Roman impress, where they force you to walk a mile carrying their stuff. These are all things that are non-life threatening. They're just insults. So in the modern day, you could interpret it as, for example, somebody insulting you, swearing at you. You don't have to swear back or insult them back. But definitely in the Christian tradition, we've had multiple times when we've gone to war. We even have a warrior saint who died defending Christendom in multiple different regions and time periods. So war, fighting, defense, none of this is against Christianity. I mean, how else can the church reasonably expect to be maintained if we never fight to maintain it? We can certainly fight, but we shouldn't aim to lead with fighting, which is why Christ says things like, if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. To say if your first instinct is to be violent at any aggravation, then most likely you meet your end during violence. That's very different. That's being excessive, which is very different from defending yourself. You don't always have to respond to an insult. You can actually just say, God bless you, for example, as a retaliation to an insult. The assailant was being racially insulting to me. I didn't do it back to him in that same way. I didn't insult him, but I didn't use racial motivated insults. So that's an example, for example, of turning the other cheek per se.
Nice.
We had a weird question here. Which David is taller?
David.
I don't recall.
David is.
David's definitely taller.
Agreed.
Let's see. Yep, almost done. D Wood, a T-shirt that says, "I'm not paranoid. Islam wants me dead." Has no one thought of that? I'm not paranoid. Islam really wants me dead. That's funny. Chris, it is your fault. Your nose was uncovered.
Now it's covered. See?
Now it's covered. Yeah.
I saw the vid. If you had a little awareness, Chris, and a 2-inch slip to the left with an overhand right, he would be out cold. An Aussie tip.
Fair play. I'll keep that in mind
for next time.
For next time.
It is interesting that you don't have to do any fancy duck. I mean, if a fist is coming at you, you only have to go here. Missed. No.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to say.
What's that?
No, I was going to say I didn't expect him to do it. I didn't think he.
That's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. You generally, like I mean, imagine someone is just like they just draw back like this, and you move and dodge and be like, ha ha! Look at him. He's scared. He thought I was gonna. 2 for flinching. No, the assault eyes, lol. Yeah, we got the assault eyes. To be clear, I know it's a manipulation tactic when others use it. How do I make other Christians understand this? I pray for y'all always. Well, you kind of bring up the stuff we were just talking about there.
Yeah, it's common sense.
All right, guys. Should we shut it down? Any final thoughts on any of this?
I can barely speak. So, David, tell everyone about my book.
Will do. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been long awaiting it. It's almost finally here. The premier book on the frontline topic of Islamic polemics. The book by Chris at Speaker's Corner, titled The Islamic Dilemma. In stores April something.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, actually,
April.
you give a date.
What's the date?
He gave a date.
What's the date? Sorry, I didn't. Wait. Was I meant to do that?
Forget what David said. He's just malfunctioning.
Yes.
You know this is on YouTube, man.
And just like the Dark Wars will delete us.
All right, we'll delete this stream. I will try again.
Delete it. We'll delete the whole
Yes. Let's do this again tomorrow.
No, hey, it's good if you have a date and share that with everyone. We should have a big launch party, and guys, everyone needs to get it. Everyone needs to learn it. Everyone needs, if you have local Christian schools or something like that, you need to encourage them to start using this. I'm telling you, if Christians in general. If it became, there's zero reason. It's some work involved. It's a lot of work involved, but there's no reason this should not become totally a normal part of being a Christian, that you are aware, given the world that we're in and what Dawa guys are trying to do, it should be a normal part of being a Christian. It should be a part of Christian discipleship to know how to use the Islamic dilemma when the Dawa guys come along. And if you do that, Dawa is done. There is no more Dawa. It's gone. It is cooked. Stick a fork in it. I mentioned there is some work required. There is some work required. So get the book, do the work, and you win. Anything else, David, to before we take off? Any other thoughts on anything?
Dawa came to the UK, and the UK is an interesting area for as many issues as we like. Actually, this is a premier hotspot actually for like religious conversation. Things come here, so you either like live or die. So actually, it doesn't seem that so far Dawa has actually made a significant foothold from America into the UK. But on the other hand, Christian Dawa has been very successful. Whenever we come over, we see like a massive uptick in engagements when those things occur. But the same thing can be said for the Dawa boys. In fact, D Wood, at some point we had the Muslim cowboy in Speaker's Corner last year. I went to go and debate him. He ignored me.
I've never seen him debate anybody. He just likes to run his mouth on X and make stupid videos.
Yep.
So that's actually a good representation of Dawa, but that's standard now. We only want to talk to people who are in a complete place of ignorance. That's Dawa. AP, final thoughts on all this stuff, man?
Yes.
There you have it, guys.
Nailed it.
No, no.
Hey, check it out. BBC report.
Once again.
BBC report. Christian's nose assaults Muslim fist. Christian thrown in prison.
No, once again, on behalf of everybody, thanks for doing this, guys. Good, David and Chris. Nice job. Also great that you guys are always there, dealing with these people. Standing your ground. It's quite inspiring and very, very nice and very good. And lots of people are praying for you. And yeah, we can't wait to see the outcome of the book. Once it's there, everybody will have it. Unlike David, you're actually putting it out there. So that's very, very good, Chris.
Thank you, AP.
And we have Seymour Zutz. That's a good one. Instead of Seymour Butts, it's Seymour Zutz. All right, everyone. Thanks to David and Chris for crushing it over in the UK. And guys, what you just saw, that's Dawa losing. That's Dawa losing, and it is that situation. We either engage with the Christians, in which case we get embarrassed and we lose our credibility, or we get violent, which may impress our fans, but with the rest of the world, we look like a bunch of cavemen idiots, and there's just no winning for them. They have no move where they don't lose, which means that these are good times. All right, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. We have a messianic... This will be earlier. It'll be 6 p.m., but we have a Messianic Jew who's going to break down...
A Jew?
Yep. We're going to have a Jew on with us. And we actually watched some of one of his talks last year when Candace Owens was saying that he posted something about Jesus, and she says, look, the Jew, look, if you look him up, he's actually a Jew. This is proof the Jews are trying to deceive you into thinking they agree with you. And he's like, I'm a Messianic Jew. I believe in Jesus. What are you talking about? And she says, no, you can't. You have to pick one or the other. And then they got into this big thing. Anyway.
That's ridiculous, man. Have you ever read in any text a Christian refer to himself as a Jew by saying, I myself am a Jew? That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yep. So anyway, be on with us 6 tomorrow, and he's going to give us a crash course on some things. We're going to I don't know. I'm gonna pull up some tweets and stuff like that things that people are saying. We're gonna see if stuff is biblical. We'll see what happens. Right shoulder wood and left shoulder wood. Sorry. All right, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And we got a Revelation 22:13 there. Thank you for providing the video clips, and shout out to Soko. I used some clips from Soko as well. And is the Jew's name Ezra, the son of Allah? Yes, this is proof. This is proof that Muslims are actually the ones who worship Uzair. We've got it now. All right, everyone. Catch y'all next time. Especially you, Malik.